Welcome back to the Box2Box podcast.
This is episode 8, and this week we're going to be previewing all the big games in match week 1 of the Euros.
Then we're going to be talking about Ten Hag staying at United. Varvar, your boy is staying home.
And we have a little bit of transfer talk.
And as always, we're going to finish off with the comments from the fans, from you guys, all that on the Box2Box podcast.
Let's go.
You ain't going home,
Your
bro.
Honor, I'm sorry. Your Honor, I'm sorry. If we don't compete with City, this is a failure of a season. You've heard
Okay,
it here
so
first.
I can already tell you, I'll tell you in advance, you failed.
I'm going to take a central midfielder, Federico Valverde.
What?
Yeah.
No, that's
He has
crazy.
been the worst midfielder for Real Madrid this season.
That's
by
like saying,
far.
That's like saying Neymar was the worst player in MSN. Gentlemen, welcome back. Another week, another podcast.
F1 week in Montreal.
It
I know
was.
We're ripping off the Band-Aid right away, but
It seems like we're only excited to talk about
F1 weekly, every week.
Well, this week I was not excited to talk about F1.
Why not?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Double
Why not?
Ferrari.
DNF,
Okay,
double
yeah.
Ferrari DNF, bro. I was
Well,
hoping to hear the Italian national anthem
As a
in Montreal.
non-Italian, Varvar doesn't understand.
I was
Italian.
no, but I was
citizenship.
one of those
Revoked.
that F1 weekend comes around. It's not about the drive. It's not about the
Ah,
driving.
you're one of
my
those.
brother.
I don't
It's
know
not
about
about
that.
the driving. my brother.
Said as a true non-Italian.
That's crazy, bro. You're not a purist, bro.
What is it
You're
about then,
No.
Varvar?
Come on, we know what it's about.
What-
F1. I don't know if anyone here has been to F1.
Okay, Varvar, where'd you go this weekend, bro?
I actually didn't. I didn't go out that much.
Oh,
Well, I didn't
you're
go out. I only went out.
Only went
Saturday
out Friday,
for like
Saturday,
lunch.
Sunday.
Oh, lunch.
Yeah.
So you didn't do anything.
No, I didn't do
Crazy.
anything. But I went to a restaurant called Marcus.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. So you did do something at one
Yeah,
weekend.
there was a lot of people there. It was actually it.
On Saturday?
Yeah,
In the middle of the day?
yeah. They
Really?
had like this brunch thing. It was like $40 Canadian a person. It was
Really?
like, yeah,
not that bad.
and
For brunch?
yeah, that's not. No. You didn't get food.
Oh.
That just got you
Just
in the
entrance?
just in the place, my brother. That just got you in the place.
It's not bad. It was only 40.
Well,
To get in the door.
F1 weekend in one of the most bumping places in Montreal.
True.
Like
Not bad.
that's a pretty good price.
Like
Yeah.
guaranteed to get in is really
And
not
and
that
I
bad.
got told by one of the girls that works there because I asked because I was curious, just to eat brunch there was. And look, this is kind of expensive on a normal weekend, but F1 weekend Montreal relatively not expensive. $90 a person for brunch.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not that bad.
For F1 weekend in
Yeah,
the most bumping rentaurant in all of Montreal.
That's really
For
not that
Father's
bad.
Day, which is actually coming this week.
Sunday in
coming,
Canada.
Coming out Sunday as if it's a rollout.
See you
soon. But no, it's
Double upload for Father's Day.
I'm going to Happy Father's Day to any fathers listening, by the way.
Yeah, in Canada because it's a Father's Day different.
Oh, really?
Different places. It's
You sure
different
about
days.
that?
Yeah, I know Mother's Day is different day in U.S. and Europe and stuff like that.
Really?
Happy Canadian
No, bro,
Father's
I don't think so. We might need to double check.
I'm gonna
or
double check
that.
it right now. I'm gonna VAR check it. But
Anyway,
keep going, pal.
while you do that, no, I'm going for brunch with my family on Father's Day,
Very nice.
and went to reserve, and it was around $90. It's just the
Oh
price.
my
It's the
God.
price of things in Canada at this point.
It's just ridiculous. But F1 weekend especially,
Yeah.
listen,
Well,
it's pretty penny.
It gets egregious.
okay, we're becoming old men talking
No,
about,
no,
talking
no.
about the
No,
price
no.
of things.
With inflation and everything, like some stuff, it gets egregious.
With inflation, back in my day, for a nickel, I was able to buy a house.
No, it was crazy. What was it? On Friday, I had the chance to go to Palma. I got in. So, and, no, but
The brother
I
spent
didn't-
a bag.
No, I didn't spend anything. And then I'm watching these brothers dropping cash. Like these tables should be like 20 G's each or some crazy
Yeah.
stuff like that. I see lobster getting thrown around,
Lobster.
oysters, like smoke coming out of sushi. I'm like, what is happening here? It was the money there. Like we had to step back.
Yeah.
Just step back. I'm like, this ain't for me.
Just
There was
appreciate
a
it.
few
This ain't for me.
zoccoli.
Bro, it was a lot of stuff. Hey, listen,
There
your
was a
eyes were.
They were going crazy. It was going crazy.
Translate for the viewers, Millie.
My eyes,
I didn't say nothing.
Chiara Fratesi,
Oh.
McKenny. That's a different
Oh
story.
my God.
That's
But no, I actually went to F1 to
how'd you
watch
find it? How'd you
F1.
find the race?
It's weird because I've been to a lot of F1 races, well, mainly in Montreal, but it was weird because so many people told me how good the race was after I finished watching it live.
It was a pretty good race, though.
I was talking to other people and they're like, that was the best Canadian Grand Prix I've seen in the last
Wow.
long while.
Albon had the overtake of the year. I was watching.
Yeah.
That was actually a crazy
like,
overtake.
That little.
you
Yeah.
don't
nice
see
little-
that when
nice
you're
little-
watching live. That's
yeah, but
the issue.
that's the thing. When you're in person, you want action, yes, but you can't really. The TV is far. The audio.
you want action in front.
Yeah,
of
you want action in front of me, which unless you have like the earphones with the audio, listening to the live commentary,
Yeah.
and you don't really know what's happening. The one thing I did see was Tsunoda. You know when Tsunoda spun across the grass?
I fell asleep around lap 35.
No,
Okay.
bro,
Okay.
I just gotta admit it, bro.
This ain't Monaco, bro.
I gotta admit it,
Bro,
right now.
a race like this type of race after Monaco.
Bro,
Was
I
insane.
rewatched the race.
Yes.
Because I heard of how entertaining it was.
It was nuts.
We don't get entertaining races anymore with Verstappen always winning. Like we don't usually get entertaining races.
But I find Montreal always has entertaining races, no? Even
Yeah,
back
like,
in the day, I remember that. Yeah,
Vettel Hamilton.
Yeah.
When he moved
Incident,
the
yeah,
when he
1 to
moved the
2.
two
yeah,
the
that
2
was
to 1.
sick to see.
Like, all the dramas here, Wall of Champions too. It's like
Is it always after Monaco, Montreal?
I think maybe just for this calendar it was. I'm not exactly sure.
But we usually go back to Spain after Canada.
yeah,
Okay.
It's a
they
pretty
do
common
like a
thing.
whole European stretch after.
But anyway, it was really cool to see a lot of tourists in Montreal. City's always bumping around that time.
It's great. But did you have any issue? You didn't go to practice on Friday, did you?
No, no, I
There was
couldn't
a
make it. I
whole,
was
there was a
working.
whole disaster getting
Yeah.
in. Apparently, like police basically told people, no, practice isn't happening.
Yeah.
F1 didn't say anything. Like F1 didn't cancel anything, but people were turned away at the metro.
Our city's cooked,
The
bro.
city of Montreal
cooked.
shutting down restaurants
Yeah.
on one weekend.
If I speak, I'm in trouble, bro.
Basically, in our city, there's restaurants make a lot on F1 weekend. Like
sure.
they depend on F1 weekend because it's the most like consumption heavy weekend of maybe the
Of the year, of
outside
the
of
year.
like maybe Christmas.
No,
They might make
I
a
would
lot.
say of the
Year's.
year.
Of
It's
the
so
year?
condensed
Planet.
for one
Okay,
weekend.
I agree.
More than
I-
New Year's, you too?
Yeah.
They plan
Really?
their years around F1.
Yeah, so they set up their entire terraces and our US friend says it
Yeah.
terrace, but it's terrace. We're gonna say terrace.
Terrace.
They set up the terrace weeks in advance, and then the city shows up the day of and says, "Yeah, get everyone out of the restaurant. Your terrace is a health hazard, or not a health hazard.
wild.
No, it's a fire hazard."
hazard.
It's like, let's say there was plastic plants that are just a little bit too close to your what are those tents, like the white
Yeah.
tents, the event tents, and if like the plants catch on fire, then your tent can catch on fire. But anyway, this seemed like it was all staged by the higher ups.
They couldn't
The
have done
higher
it a
ups.
week before.
Well, they
I
Well,
understand.
it's because maybe somebody wanted to close something.
yeah,
at the right time.
Something
It's
was
'cause
happening. That was a little fishy.
someone made someone else mad, and that other person happened to work at the fire department and was like, "We're shutting you down."
Because apparently our mayor, is it our mayor?
Yeah, Mayor.
She's getting
she's-
ripped.
Yes, but apparently she wanted to have a conversation, kind of detailing that it wasn't her that made this call. It wasn't her that was involved in this call. This was
But,
all
it,
the
but
lack
it's
of
her.
communication,
But it's her
brother.
city that did.
I
it.
know. I mean,
She
yeah,
knew what she was doing.
that's like a soccer team, football team, and
Yeah.
everywhere else. But if one player played well, but the whole team lost, you got to take the blame for it. The manager always takes the blame.
Listen, it was
She don't
embarrassing.
play well though, but yeah.
Huh?
She didn't play well though, but
He
yeah.
has not been playing well. Let's just leave
too
it
long.
at that. But yeah, listen,
Enough
it
politics,
was an eventful weekend for us.
Yeah.
like F1 weekend in general. So I'm glad we all got.
And it's fun just to go out walking on F1 weekend.
Yeah,
Like,
Just
the
a
vibes
vibe.
are immaculate.
it's kind of like that European vibe. If you're in Europe and you don't hit that 15,000 step quota on your health app, what are you doing?
Listen,
Yeah.
you're
not
in
in Europe.
Monaco. It ain't Monaco here, but like,
Bro, at 15,000 steps in Monaco, you go walk across the country pretty much.
The 15,000, you don't even make it past. You don't even get to Jacques Villeneuve, bro. You don't even get to the island.
Gilles Villeneuve.
Gilles Villeneuve, sorry.
Jacques Villeneuve's his son.
Yeah,
The-
Jacques, the bald man.
Who's the movie guy? That's the
No,
the bald
that's
man.
Denis. That's
Denis.
Denis.
Denis. That's his cousin.
I always forget the first names.
That's the Kuji.
People must have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure they do.
Because
I'm sure
we're
they
hopping into
Montreal
topics
talk.
of like that we know familiar. Anyway, let's get to a topic that you are familiar with, which is football. And
We're not missing any content
No.
for this.
no,
No.
For the next month and a bit, we will not be missing any content for the sport. The Euros are starting. This is like Christmas time for football fans.
Yeah.
It's like the best time of the year.
this is the FIFA soundtrack of the year. This is
Yeah.
this is the peak of football. Like the vibes are immaculate. They're not going to be 2020 vibes for us Italians, but
We'll see.
We don't know. We don't
You
know.
can't count us out yet.
The,
can be better, bro.
the,
Yeah, we can be better.
the
Can be
vibe around
sure.
international tournament time is the best. It's like
Oh,
Yeah.
we always get so deep into club football that we kind of forget even during international friendlies and stuff. It's like the difference between international friendlies and international tournaments is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I love
Like it's
This
a
is-
different type of rep.
This
Yeah.
is why the World Cup should never be held in the winter, no matter how much money gets thrown at FIFA. Because there's something about summer. I mean, the people in Australia probably can't relate right now because they're in the middle of winter.
they're winter.
But I mean, it's still warm. But for countries that do get cold, basically like all of Europe that gets relatively cold in the winter, nothing beats being on summer vacation for those in school. Like just being off and all you're worrying about is getting home at 3 p.m. for us, or like watching 7 p.m. games, 9 p.m. games in Europe. That's just vibes, man. That's peak vibes.
You get together with everyone.
That's the thing. It's the get together, bro. Ain't nobody meeting up in Montreal or anywhere to go watch an Inter game. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't getting that here. So like to have like a whole group of, let's say, like Italians watching, Portuguese when they watch.
Bro, I'll watch.
We have a little Italy in Montreal, and that place bumps during international.
I don't think people know what, because Europeans definitely do not know what Little
Well,
Italy
it's kind
is.
of like we have like in New York there's Chinatown and there's
Well,
like
New York has a sick Little Italy.
yeah,
Boston has a nice Little Italy.
yeah. It's basically like an Italian neighborhood within the city that's just supposed to be like Italian stores,
Restaurants.
Italian restaurants and stuff like
It's
that.
like Brazil. Brazil got the biggest Japantown in the world.
That's crazy.
I don't understand that. I don't even want to get into it. That's wild.
But just the idea that we could get out of the house and like watch with everyone is going to be absolutely fantastic.
And I'll watch, bro, Germany, Scotland. That's a movie for me.
Zubi.
That's a movie for
And
me.
Copa America is coming too. You could legit be watching top class footy from 8 a.m. to.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I was
that
getting
meme
the meme.
of it's like the guy like he has like bags underneath his eyes, like he's just dead exhausted, and it's like
2 p.m.
It's like
Copa America.
7 a.m., 9 a.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m.
That's gonna be me though.
I'll be there no matter what, bro. I'll be there no matter what. But
Babe, where are you?
After watch Copa
Watch
America.
Copa America, Paraguay, Chile.
I can't call you right now. I can't call you right now. I'm really busy right now. What are you doing?
Almi runs on a breakaway.
It's Germany versus Scotland. McTominay's about to score.
Oh shit! If she's complaining off the first game,
We're good. We're good.
you're not making it to the
Yeah,
knockouts.
the opener. That's gonna be a good game though.
Yeah.
The opener is always a good game.
Yeah, we might as well start
Germany,
talking about it, I guess. Let's get into it.
Exactly. Germany, Scotland.
Scotland's gonna get some points here.
No,
I don't know. The adrenaline, the nerves. First game you're opening, and it's Scotland. All eyes are on you, bro. Everyone in the world, pretty much, or at least in Europe.
McTominay's a
is watching this game.
big time player.
Just off subtopic. No opener will ever beat that Chabalala South Africa win,
No,
but
of
whatever.
course
That's just a side topic.
Well, the Netherlands won. The Van Persie header.
Oh,
The Chabalala
good
smokes
too.
it.
Didn't
Saudi Arabia beat
beat
Argentina.
Argentina?
That was first match day. I don't know if that was the first game.
No.
It wasn't.
Well, that was in
Impossible.
Qatar, but yeah.
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 No,
That
but
was
I'm
one of
saying
the-
that was a big upset on the first match day.
Like, could it happen on the first game though?
It was
First
Qatar Ecuador the first match of
Yes.
Oh, and
That was a banger. But
and
Valencia?
Ecuador won, I think.
what's
Yeah,
it?
Ener Valencia.
Ener Valencia.
Yeah, but this is definitely gonna be a good game. I mean, I think Scotland they could. I had them at the bottom of the group and Germany as top, but I think like it would not shock me if they got a result here. Like a draw here does not seem crazy.
It's tough.
I really don't rate Germany like you guys.
That's crazy because Pala put them as the winners.
Yeah, I
stand
don't
by
rate
it.
them.
I stand
don't
by it.
rate them.
I stand by it. It's your whole premise of Germany is based on the fact that they don't have a starting striker. That's your whole premise, and I'm gonna be real.
No, I just don't think it's a balanced team. Like left winger, there's no one on that team that screams to me like, "Oh, I can grab this game by the scruff of the neck and win this for my team."
Musiala?
Like Musiala were exceptional players, but I don't think they're game winners like the Vinnies and the Mbappes of the world.
This is Musiala's chance to show him to show the world that he's still that guy.
but
'Cause
why
people
he did
forgot
it
about
last tournament?
At
Yeah.
the World Cup, but
He
he
did it
wasn't
at the World
He
Cup?
wasn't a match winner at the World Cup. He was just he was.
No,
He was a
He
big
was a
part of
match
that.
That's why
winner.
they were disappointing at the World Cup.
Yeah, but it was more like Musiala and then everyone else.
Everyone's
That's
just
what it
been
felt
waiting for Musiala to take that next step. Everyone's just assuming he's going to take it. Musiala's going to take that next step, bro. He's too good. He's too good.
I think
he's
with-
too good.
I
Well, he
think
plays for Bayern, so it's gonna be tough for him to make that global step because he doesn't play in the Premier League. So
Exactly. The
major
level of
tournaments is the only place where he has to show it. And he did it at the World Cup, and
But
probably gonna do
at the
Euro.
World Cup, he was exceptional. But it was exceptional. Like if he had Mbappe standards, that's not exceptional.
But we were putting him on Bellingham level during the World Cup.
Yeah, but Bellingham, we didn't rate that much at that point in time.
Oh, come on now.
He was the same
But-
player.
Like
he is.
Bellingham's a
shows the
game
pure-
winner.
You know, like-
Bellingham is a game winner.
You know, like a toothpick changes everything. Playing on Real Madrid changes everything because he hasn't
Bellingham
developed.
at Dortmund was not a game winner like that, as he is in Real Madrid.
yeah, but it's
So-
because Dortmund just weren't winning games.
that too, but exactly, Bayern isn't winning games as well, so you won't see Musiala in the news as much.
You're a product of your team. Of your
Exactly.
surroundings.
But my question doesn't come from Musiala against the likes of the best. My question comes: will Musiala be there and win the game when it's England versus Germany, Jude Bellingham versus Musiala? My money will always go to Jude Bellingham.
I don't know. You have
He
to
doesn't necessarily have to.
like. I feel like that hypothetical is like there's too many variables there.
Would you
Like,
guys say that
it's not just Musiala versus England. You know what I mean? Like there's always, it's not Bellingham versus Germany either.
Bro,
it goes
international tournament star players make the difference. Whichever team has the most star players usually ends up going very far.
But Germany
very far.
Germany
but not
added
winners.
2 star players now. Wirtz, that's new. Tony Kroos is back. That's new. That's 2 big
But
star players.
just look at the last past international tournaments, which teams have done really well. I mean, Italy, there were no really star players, I would say, on that team.
Like maybe Chiesa there.
Which
That's the
turned
only
into a
one
star
probably.
player, but then...
No, he was at that tournament. He was a star player.
Yeah, okay, I'll agree.
Spinazzola.
Why has Spain been good? They have no star. They have no.
Yeah,
they
but
have no
good
star
and
attacking
winning
talent.
is different. France and Argentina, the last World Cup, obvious 2-star players that will win you matches without a shadow of a doubt. France winning the World Cup before that had multiple star players that can win you matches after matches. Portugal winning the Euros, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Croatia.
Yeah, but Croatia star player Modric. He could win
Toni
you a
Kroos.
game.
Toni Kroos.
Mandzukic was there too.
Toni Kroos. Bro, I think that argument, I don't think it flies. I think it flies if you're talking about winning domestic leagues, but I don't think it flies for. I don't think. It
I would
flies in
argue
this game.
it's the opposite. In knockout tournaments, star players come out more than good, well-oiled teams.
We've seen it too many times where those world-class players, if you're so reliant on them, if they don't show up, you lose.
Yes, but when you do show up, that's why Real Madrid always win the Champions League and
They
knockout
have
tournaments.
so many different
But Barcelona are more successful domestically because Barcelona always have these well-oiled, drilled teams, but Real Madrid always have the best players.
So then when you're looking at this tournament and then you're looking at Germany, Scotland, and you're saying Scotland's going to take off points, clearly that's not because Scotland has any star players or star
I don't
power.
think they're a
No.
well-oiled, drilled team either, though. I think you could go into a tournament arguing that there's better oiled and well-drilled team than them. France, I think France are a way more well-oiled drilled team than them.
0-0 to Canada, but we ain't gonna talk about
Portugal is way better set up than them, in my personal
that.
opinion.
What, like with that 5-back that they were just playing
Yeah,
the
and
other
they,
day?
What's
they
happening
won
there?
3-0.
Who do they play?
It worked.
I just watched.
My point exactly.
Who did they
Okay,
play?
next.
Ireland. Ireland's not a terrible nation.
Yeah. So where are they in the Euros?
Okay, if we're going off that, then
Who's Scotland's best player?
Andrew Robertson,
Yeah. You see,
McGinn.
the problem is that their
McTominay,
star players
Lewis
are left
Ferguson.
back.
Lewis Ferguson.
Yeah,
yeah,
Lewis
Ferguson.
Ferguson. He's out injured.
The problem with Scotland, I find, is that their star players are in the wrong roles. So automatically, you might not do good.
Like you can't expect the left back to win you a game.
Yeah, but
That's
there's
the problem.
It's
Even
an 11 of.
McTominay can though.
It's an
yeah.
Try.
He has a game winner, bro. He proved it this season.
That's what I'm saying.
You can look at Scotland's starting 11 and pinpoint that almost every single player plays in a major league.
They have a good team.
Like every single player is stepping on that pitch and they're not getting that star factor of wow, I'm playing Musiala. There's no like butterflies in their stomach. There might be just because it's the Euros, but there's no like, oh my God, I'm playing Musiala, where a smaller nation might get there and actually crumble because they're like starstruck by the players they're playing against.
I'm sure McGinn hops on that field and says, "Let's play some footy." Like he does not care
He's
who
a
he's
top
playing.
class player,
Yeah,
bro. I
love
really
him.
don't care.
So
I
good.
take him at Manchester United.
100%.
I remember a couple years ago we were linked with him, and I was like, bro, I'll take him. He's very good.
A couple of years I didn't see the vision, but now, like this year especially, he's been amazing.
Underrated technical
I
ability.
don't know if they can get rid of them though.
They wouldn't get rid of him.
Yeah,
he's a crucial part of that team, which is understandable.
I think the pressure's on Germany on this game. Being at home is a massive pressure in the first game because you know the whole world is watching you at home winning your first game.
And it's also the disappointments that they've had, like the World Cup, the Euros before that, even the World
But that
Cup.
was a
prior
manager.
to
That was always a manager problem.
Yeah,
It
but
was,
the issue
it was
is
either the
manager
ball
did not have
smeller
long-
or
or
who was the most recent manager?
Low.
After
Low.
Low.
Hansi Flick.
Hansi
Hansi
Flick.
Flick. Yeah, but you
Bro, you can't listen. Germany as a nation builds pressure on their team, regardless of who is on that team or not. There's always going to be pressure when playing for Germany. So being at home, I think like the first time since 06, like, and you guys made it to a semifinal back then. Like, there's going to be a ton of pressure on Germany to perform very, very well this tournament. And it starts with the first game. If you don't have a solid performance, like they might scrap out a 1-0 win, but to me, that's not convincing enough to say that they could make it, like they could go deep in the tournament. They need to be convincing in their first game.
I'm actually happy to say that they're going to comfortably win this game over 2-0.
I agree with Paula here.
I think we even saw this in the Euros as well. Like British teams, like teams in Great Britain, they
United
are
Kingdom.
overhyped in a sense.
United Kingdom.
United Kingdom, sorry. Great Britain, United Kingdom.
Yeah.
You know,
They're
United
most
Kingdom.
definitely different.
Yeah, United Kingdom. They're overhyped in a sense. Like even Wales in the Euros last Euros,
I wouldn't say overhyped.
brother. They had Bale, Ramsey. They had a couple other star players on that
Name me
team
another
also.
player.
Bro,
No,
that's
I
the first time
could
they
if
made the
I-
World Cup ever. Like, that's wild.
Yeah, I know, but they came into that saying like we have a chance to go through, and they flopped. Ireland in a lot of competitions flop. Like it's just normal. Like I kind of agree with Paolo. Like I kind of see this being
Germany
like
running
a
off.
one-sided Germany game. But if Scotland fight back, they're able to pull one through.
Ancelotti said that Germany is their winner of this Euro.
Ancelotti.
Whatever Ancelotti
Bro,
says, I believe.
Ancelotti is the most vibes. He manages with vibes. He just flows through. He chooses his next jobs with
It
vibes.
seems he's
This guy
never
just
wrong, though.
vibes.
What
You always get it right.
what's Germany's identity? I feel like a couple years ago you could have pinpointed the gegenpressing and everything. I feel like nowadays there's just no identity.
Oh, they
That's
have-
my issue
it's
with
Italian.
Germany.
It's Italian style. It's solid at the back, counter-attacking football.
Yeah, they don't have.
They're not a
players-
possession-based team. I wouldn't say.
I would argue they are. Under Nagelsmann, they actually are more.
Yeah, but that's Nagelsmann trying to change the identity of
Just
German football.
German players now, like they're a different prototype than what they used to be. Like you won't have that traditional German player anymore. Like these players are hybrids.
Well, I mean,
they're
Toni
coming from
Kroos.
different systems. Kroos is like a purebred from a different generation.
Toni Kroos is more a Spanish footballer than
I
he is
agree.
a German footballer.
But the thing is,
Style-wise.
Bro, passing, he has everything
What do you-
in the technical
do you
Lothar
guys-
Matthäus is more Lothar Matthäus, Michael Ballack. That's more the German midfielder. Toni
Schweinsteiger.
Kroos doesn't fit the mold of a German midfielder.
brother, you fit the mold
do
of
you
this team,
think
bro.
that every German footballer ever has been a book, like a methodical football player, like a systematic, like
Like no
boring
nonsense.
ass
No,
Thomas Muller
do you
ass
think
player?
that? Do you think that Germany has not historically? They've not been. It's not like Spain where they've proven generation after generation they produce this type of player. Germany hasn't proven that they've developed players
Yes,
like
but they
Toni
have
Kroos.
players with character. Toni Kroos just further developed that character because he played in Spain for so long. But that's still a Bayern player at the heart, like a Bayern style player.
He's the complete opposite of a Bayern midfielder. He doesn't
because he
fit.
plays for Real.
You say because he's not like the typical presser. Like
He's not.
Why?
He's not this athletic freak that Bayern usually and always built their teams off of. Like if you're looking at the midfields of Bayern, they even when Bayern wanted a player to play like Kroos, they had to go to Spain to get Xabi Alonso.
But Xabi Alonso is very like Kroos in my opinion.
Exactly, but he's a Spanish midfielder. They had to go,
Yeah.
and when they wanted another one to replace Xabi Alonso, who they get Thiago. He's very much of the Spanish midfielder, more like.
Okay, well,
than
the
German.
I see that.
reality is he's German and he's playing on the German national team. And so are guys like Sane, which Sane isn't a German winger. He's more like
I don't
I'd
even
say
think
an
there is a
English
German-
winger.
I don't even think there is a German winger. Honestly, like if you think about it, there's no like prototypical.
Historically, yeah.
Historically, there's no like prototypical German winger. It's usually just strikers, cams, defenders. They usually stick more centrally, like
box-to-box midfielder.
exactly. So those are the types of players. But regardless of that, what are your predictions for this game, like score wise? Do you see this being like a run, like getting ran over?
Yeah, let's make this quick. Let's move on to the next matchup. Firms.
I'm gonna go 3-0.
Yeah, I think
2-1,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm
go.
saying 2-0.
2-1 Germany.
I'm probably gonna say 2-0. I don't think it'll be like. I don't think they'll run away with it.
And I'm saying Kai Havertz is scoring the first goal of the.
Oh my god, that
I
would be
honestly-
He's scoring the
embarrassing.
first goal of the 2024 Euros.
I would actually make a bet that he would not score in this tournament. But
I'll-
I'm not
I'll
a betting
take that
man.
bet.
I'm
I'll
not a
take
betting
that
man.
bet.
I'm not a betting
I'm not
man.
even a big Kai Havertz fan, but I'll take that bet.
Millie, I will make a bet that the guy that you're wearing on the back of your shirt right now gets yanked before the 60th minute every single game.
Oh, I would love that.
I'm not a betting man, bro. If anyone wants
many
to know,
kids.
If anyone knows who number 3 on Italy is,
They'll
I hope
put
you
it
don't
down
know.
below.
You,
You know
probably
ball.
don't know because this guy's like
Super relevant.
guy's super relevant.
But apparently top left
Yeah,
back in the
Millie, say
world.
who's on your back because I think people actually
It's
don't know.
DiMarco. DiMarco's on my
People
back.
don't know.
Why would you get a DeMarco?
The
jersey?
one DiMarco jersey sold in all of Canada.
bro,
They're probably sitting there. Why did we? Who bought this thing?
brother, I already have the Bastoni kit. I already have the Barella
Is
kit.
this meant to be a flex?
Mad flex, by the way.
It's like I don't have a job.
I didn't-
I'm not organized. I'm lazy.
I don't have a car.
okay.
I'm
calm.
unemployed.
Okay, just wait till he shows up for Italy, guys. Come on, you have to support him now.
Or he's
Like,
gonna be late.
Brother, I supported Chiesa when Chiesa played for Italy. You
There's
guys
a
are gonna
reason
be
to support
supporting Inter
Chiesa
players.
though. He's a good player.
You guys are gonna be supporting Inter players this summer.
Okay.
Too
Believe it or
many.
not.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
Let's
Thank
continue.
God we won't be supporting
Listen, that-
Milan players. But
Yeah, thank God, bro.
Okay, let's
Are there-
save this hate. Let's save this hate because I know it's here. It's been
yeah, don't worry.
been
We're
building up.
We're keeping that for later.
But two teams that we don't really have hate for. Actually,
We should have hate now.
should have hate. Croatia, Spain. These
I
are
hope both teams lose.
yes.
we have a lot of Croatians in the comments.
We do. We do.
a lot
For
of
such a small country, you guys have a really solid presence in football.
Ridiculous. Friggin', they held the whole sea. Like you see, their nation is basically just a coast.
Yeah.
They have the best talent per capita.
Yeah.
I'd say,
Amazing.
of all of Europe.
Yeah.
They're
All
the
of
best like country for the amount of people they have. They're by far the best.
Every tournament, they're underdogs.
Yeah. Well,
They go deep. They're
Every
strong.
tournament.
They're strong in almost every tournament now.
Yeah.
Do
Even
they-
back in the day, they were.
Is Fatma from Croatia?
I
don't know.
I don't know.
Let me go call.
Hey, let me check.
Let me go check.
One of those major apps that people use to track footballs from Croatia. I guess Croatians just love footy.
Bro, Croatians just breathe footy.
And that's why I think that they're going to actually contend versus the Spain team.
I think this is a very, very close matchup.
Croatia, one thing, they'll never be pushovers to big teams.
Never.
You're
We
not-
saw it in the World Cup.
They're not going to get run over.
Lamine Yamal masterclass that we're about to witness this tournament.
Oh, I
is
actually
gonna
can't
be
wait for
scary.
that.
I can't
Oh
wait
my
till
God,
the
let me get
truth.
ready.
The truth is seen about Lamine Yamal.
It's gonna be scary.
This is Lamine Yamal on the big stage. Finally, people were real. This is like the casuals, not the casuals. The casuals will
The
realize.
naysayers,
Yeah, exactly. They'll realize, oh my God, who is this guy?
aka me.
Okay, I know I said at one point when he first broke out that it was close to Messi. Okay, that I'll admit now.
We ain't letting you forget,
That was an
bro.
overreaction. He's still an insanely good player. I would put him as more of a his ceiling, the highest potential is a better Di Maria in my mind.
I mean,
That's
still a decent
pretty-
feeling.
That's a
Good.
massive
Oh,
drop
that's
off.
amazing.
That's a massive drop off
No,
there from
I don't
Messi.
think
Di
it's
Maria,
that
bro.
much.
Di Maria had a very underrated career.
You went from the best player of our generation,
To a top 10 player of our generation.
yes, to outside the top 5 player of our generation.
That's still not bad. bro.
Massive of a
I'm gonna
drop
take that
off.
every
And
day
I
of the
said a
week.
better Di Maria.
That just shows you're overrating players, bro. I think Lamine Yamal's gonna have a mediocre tournament.
Oh,
But mediocre tournament that's the problem. How he's still 17, right?
Yeah.
Still 17.
Still, he just said that he actually brought his homework with
Yeah, I
him
saw
because he
that.
had to do homework.
Bro,
I just
whoever
wanted
that
to
teacher
flex.
is, whoever that teacher is, like actually get a life.
What would
Get
your
another job,
reaction be if your teacher said, "Yeah, you have homework to do during the year"?
Or he's capping. He's not doing homework.
bro. Yeah, ain't
But-
no way.
but
What,
sir,
what would you
Over and
actually
over.
do?
Sir, I need to go play against Croatia.
Nah, but you have.
Would you hand in your
algebra
homework or no?
assignment due. No,
I don't think he has a choice.
Brother, I think I would. I did not do this while in university, by the way. Just a disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
I'm paying someone to do my homework, bro. I don't give a shit.
Oh, you definitely did not do that, bro.
I definitely did not do that.
That actually never crossed my mind ever, ever. But there's no way.
I'm gonna
ChatGPT
get the
exists.
new. I'm gonna get the new Apple update to make people make
the
the
math.
iPad do the math for
The
me.
open
Math
AI.
notes.
That's
How
gonna
could-
be sick for
Yeah.
me.
I wish we had that.
That's gonna be great for me. That update.
Looking good. You saw that Apple update. You were eating good.
And I have Apple stock, and it
That's
went up
like-
7% today.
That's like the meme. Well, the top comment under that was, "Why all this shit happen when I'm done school?"
I just graduated. But listen, Lamine Yamal.
Oh, you got it right.
Lamine Yamal. I got it
Yamal,
right.
yes.
I have to start getting it. I
Yeah.
have to get used to it now because I think they're gonna go deep in this tournament because I put them first. I think we all put them first.
Yeah.
Yes.
In this group,
I think I said it in the video. I think this is gonna be 9 points for Spain. I think this is gonna be like
I don't know, bro. This is a game that like now I'm looking at it. And I'm like, I don't think they're gonna get all 3 points.
I think they're gonna get all 3 points. I think it's gonna be like a 2-0, but like a comfortable 2-0 for Spain.
But is this because Spain is so much
Croatia-
better? But bro, Croatia. Now I'm looking at it. I'm like, maybe I should have put them second.
They're still missing a goal
When
scorer,
have
though.
Croatia ever been a pushover where they get comfortably beat? I
Yes,
can't
but you're-
remember the
you're-
last time.
You're making assumptions that Brozovic is gonna be the same player that you last saw. Which
he was
I-
good in Saudi Arabia.
okay,
Yeah, but he's
there's
done. Come on.
levels. Like Kante seems like a player that will keep up the levels. While
Why not
he's-
Brozovic? Same
Bro,
type of
no,
player.
no.
Uncomplacent, just
Bro,
workhorse.
Brozovic when he left
You
Inter, he
think
was top five.
Brozovic is a workhorse and complacent?
Do you
midfielder?
think?
Yes, he
you
is.
think? Yes. Do you
He
think?
does, bro.
Yes, bro. He was always the guy that ran the most on the pitch. Most
Yeah,
passes.
but what I'm saying is that now when he went to Saudi and probably
But
doesn't care as
He's
much.
living the
Do
life.
you,
bro,
do
this
you
is
think he
Croatia.
cared at Inter?
Yes.
No. I can
No,
assure
the
you,
brother
off
was eating
season.
Delissio pizzas, chigs after practice.
He's crashing a car every
crashing
weekend.
Cars, DUIs.
What a disaster that guy.
But I'm
Brozovic
still
never
starting
cared
the guy.
about the sport, but when it came to playing footy,
Bro.
this guy was an engine.
Especially for Croatia.
That guy
too.
was a don.
Yeah.
Bro, he still is a don.
And,
Croatia
And
is still a
Vardiol
don.
coming through
I
stronger
may be
than
changing
ever.
my opinion on Gvardiol, by the way.
Oh, you're
Overrated
switching
or
side.
underrated?
Come on
I'm
this side.
slowly switching sides. You
he's
know,
still my
like
overrated.
Vardiol.
That's
bro,
wild,
This
Millie.
brother, low key, it's kind of like Lisandro. Like they're rewriting the position. Like what is
Lisandro in
expected.
this conversation.
This rewriting history is ridiculous.
Guardiola was the first one to do this.
Wait for our Copa America prediction video. By the way, Lisandro is going to be spoken about. That might be like a whole 20-minute segment.
Might have to
We'll make sure to cut that off.
We're gonna skip that.
I'm gonna make sure to
relevant.
not be there that day. when we record.
Guardiola is rewriting what is expected out of a. I wouldn't even call him strictly a center back, but I think long term, I think he will be a center
A
back.
white center back.
But he's rewriting what is expected of a center back.
Yes.
Like he can use. This brother is a center back that can play left back, and then at left back, cut in on his right foot and bang one in.
It's ridiculous. Like he set the standards for those center backs. Like if you do not know how to do that little pass with his left foot in between the players, you're not a good center back. That's what he's saying.
So then on Spain, because we're so confident on Spain, who goes toe to toe with those types of players?
I
Like
mean,
Vardiol.
there's some. Did they even end up taking Pau Torres? I actually don't believe they ended up
Who's
taking
good on
Pau
Spain
Torres.
aside from Pedri?
Rodri.
Okay,
Dani
that's
Olmo,
just
they
a
were
wild question. The,
ridiculous.
the fact that you even mentioned Dani Olmo in one of your top three is
Bro,
insanity.
Dani
to me.
Olmo ends up always being a top 3 player
Okay,
on Spain.
Danny Carvajal.
Brother, please.
Facts.
I
Not
need
moving the
something more
needle.
than
Put
that,
some
bro.
respect on Danny Carvajal.
need something
We
more
went
than
through
that.
this discussion last week. Put some respect on this brother.
I do on his career. I put respect on it, but it's not moving the.
Pedri,
Yeah, he scored 2 goals.
I think Pedri's overrated, but
he scored
That's
2
wild.
goals in his last friendly though.
Lamine Yamal,
Who's their
Nico
starting
Williams,
center backs, Millie?
Kubarsi.
Kubarsi's not there.
Kubarsi's not there.
Barca
not there?
didn't get
I
called
can't
up.
believe
he
he's
didn't
not
get called
there.
up, brother.
I
cannot believe it.
But
Center.
Why?
Who are their center backs?
Robin Lenormand,
Yeah.
who's good.
Yeah, he
I thought
actually
it was
is good.
French.
He's good. No, but
No,
he has a French last
Grimaldo.
name.
French
He's
last
one
name.
of those
Laporta.
people
Like
who's
Laporta.
born
Yeah,
in what's that region?
I know what you're talking about.
But they have French last names.
Okay.
But
it's all the way on the
Basque region.
The Basque.
Basque region.
Yeah,
I think is
the
what
Basque
it is.
region. Yeah. Who's the other center backs, Millie?
I'm gonna look. I think
All I know is-
Laporte's on that team too.
It's
Yeah,
just a whole
Laporte.
lot of mid.
No.
Defensively, it's a whole lot of mid.
Who's their left wing? I'm trying to picture
Nico
their-
Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's gonna play left wing though.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He
It's a
can.
bit. That's a bit
Listen,
weird.
I just
Well, you're not gonna
don't.
play Lamine Yamal as a left wing.
Yeah, but have we seen Nico Williams on the left?
Yes.
Yes.
The thing is,
Couple
they,
of times,
they
not
kind
many.
of give me. I'm not gonna. This might be a bit of
Nacho
a stretch.
Fernandez.
They kind of give me like they give me Euro 2020 Italy vibes in a sense, like a mix of like older players,
Portugal.
younger
giving me
players.
Those vibes.
Bro, everything's just click. Like Spain is one of those teams that like it looks like it could all click.
It did under Enrique, but not under the new management.
Yes,
De La
and the new
Fuente.
manager,
Still playing
they're
good.
playing very well, bro.
You're just living off of what Enrique
5-1 last friendly, 5-0 the friendly before, tie against Brazil.
Versus
Like,
Andorra, by the way.
Yeah,
Just-
Andorra.
just an
but even leading up to the Euro qualifications, they have 6-0 wins, 7-1
Cyprus.
wins.
They play.
Cyprus.
They play
Cyprus.
convincing.
They won the Nations League. Let's not forget that.
under Enrique, but yeah, keep going.
They won the Nations League under Enrique.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
I
that
remember-
might have been his last.
I
game.
remember him shaking Mancini's hand after destroying Italy,
Man, we got cooked.
after dominating.
They've been destroying Italy. Oh my
Bro,
god.
But,
Italy's been
uh,
on like a 3-year hangover.
No, De La Fuente. Won
was
the
De La
Nations
Fuente?
League. Yeah,
Oh, he's already winning then.
The semis, then we lost. Whenever Italy lost the
yeah. De La Fuente beat Mancini also in the semis.
Spain is definitely making a deep run, by the way. Definitely.
I'm
my
very scared of
my
it.
two teams I've invested stock in that obviously are not the France and England's are. Well, I have 3 teams.
I would.
now then.
Why don't? Why
The
would
whole
you?
tournament basically. You got every team in the
Spain.
tournament.
Portugal,
Going for-
Spain, Belgium. Those are the
Wow,
ones
you would have
I've
been really
invested
effective in
stock.
the 1600s, bro. Those were like the powerhouses back then.
That's crazy.
You'd have conquered all of South America.
Bro, you would have conquered all of the new world, brother.
Vasco da Gama,
Bro, that's crazy.
Bartholomew Diaz over here. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. But whether how good you think Spain is, unless you're putting them on France, England levels, they're not gonna dominate Croatia. So
I think they're a tier below.
I think it might be a very, very scrappy game. I think this could be like a stalemate in the midfield. Like the ball ain't going nowhere. They're not passing the defense on either side. It's going to be very scrappy.
it won't open up with no
I don't think
strikers
it's
on
gonna
either
open up.
side. It's not opening up.
I don't think it's going to open up at all. They might try to play wide. Both teams have decent wingers. The Spain obviously stronger, but
Well, who does Croatia plays tight? I think they play very central.
it's like I just don't.
Who do they have
see-
on the wing,
I just,
Croatia?
I'm trying
I'm
to
not
think
sure
right now.
specifically, but I'm sure it's going to be a very like choppy game. It will not be fluid. I don't think it's going to go back and forth. For me personally, I see this game being like a 1-0 Spain.
Honestly, I agree.
Maybe.
With you. I'll go even 0-0.
Yeah,
0-0 could be an option.
I'm going with firm 0-0.
I said 2-0 Spain. I'm gonna stick by it.
That's
All right.
crazy.
All right, moving on to another big game.
Oh boy,
Talk about Poland, Netherlands, boys.
Oshka.
I was getting nervous for that. Italy's
See,
coming up.
Poland, Netherlands, those type of games where you're just looking at it on your screen on your iPhone or whatever, and you're like, this is not going to be a big game in my head. But then those are the type of games that define the tournaments. I feel because it's always like those mid-range teams that's where you find the underdog stories. Like, what if Poland just comes out and smokes Netherlands?
Brother, I'm gonna
3-0?
lay it out right now. My prediction is Poland's gonna get schmacked every single game, every single one.
Did we not- didn't we
all
say this
three
last
games? I
big
love
tournament?
Polish people. Polish. I love pierogies.
Oh yeah, name one
the
Polish
goats.
thing other than pierogies.
Warsaw.
That doesn't count, bro.
The capital.
You
Name
named
one
it.
Italian thing. Rome.
Oh, I looked up.
That's an Italian thing.
You know what I looked up last night? I looked up the national dish of Poland. And
It's pierogies, no?
No, it's not
No, it's not
pierogies.
pierogies.
It was something wild.
What?
I wish. It actually looked pretty
This
good.
guy's edging the Polish national dish.
You must have been hungry.
Polish national dish, bigo stew.
What is it?
Oh,
Any kind of meat from pork to rabbit, but should always have spicy Polish sausage.
that sounds fire.
I love
Bro,
spicy.
Spicy Polish sausage.
That's a schnitzel right there.
That's a schnitzel.
Which
right?
comes from Germany.
But
Austria.
I'm about to be having some schnitzel soon. Pause.
but Poland, it's not looking good, bruv.
Why you
Yeah,
say
I
that
don't
though?
think so.
Well,
Lewandowski
Lewandowski
out
out.
for his game.
Forget
tomorrow,
Lewandowski out. Even if Lewandowski was there, my brother, like he's good, but like
You don't like
every
Milik?
international tournament's the same for Poland.
Milik.
Like it seems like they just get pumped every international tournament. But look, one thing's for sure,
You don't rate
Netherlands-
Zielinski?
Netherlands is gonna smoke them. I'm
Wojciech
saying
Szczesny?
my
Wojciech.
score prediction right now, if I had to give an exact score, it's 3-0 Netherlands. Netherlands, look, if we had to go do our Euro predictions again, that game against Canada, because we watched them because they had a friendly against Canada, really opened up my eyes. Low-key, Netherlands ain't too bad.
Yeah,
Smoke
but
City.
but now
Maybe
you
saw the vision.
We've been seeing the vision. However, I don't
Our
know
dark
if that
horses.
vision's looking a little blurry right now because
Why?
bro, De Jong out,
Oh yeah.
Coop Miners out.
Wait, Barbara, didn't we say they were flops of the tournament?
Yeah.
Yes.
they were
You
flops.
I
guys said
stand by
flops
it.
and we said dark horses.
I stand by it.
But now it's good that you stand by it because they lost two key members
Yeah,
of
the
that
Young
midfield.
and Coop Miners.
De Jong is
out.
huge.
Oh, I
can't
said it.
believe
I'm
that.
gonna hate to watch Netherlands just off the fact that I said it. So I want
have
to
to
prove
now.
myself right.
But I don't know.
I still didn't live down that Camila Bobo situation with the.
Yeah, well.
That's
That was tough.
But Jeremy
the white
Frimpong
horse.
in that game against Canada was an absolute demon. And the funny thing is that he was playing right wing, not even a right.
I know,
back.
but
Like,
That's where he
who-
plays nowadays.
who was his like opposite defender?
Alfonso Davies.
was
Yes.
Davies.
No, Davies was not playing.
Davies
Davies
playing
was not
left back.
playing fullback. Check it out.
Dennis
But
Gray, he was playing midfield.
well, no, Canada uses this will be a Copa America situation
Yeah,
when we talk about
we'll
it.
talk
but
about it then,
but
we'll
Davies
talk about
plays advanced for Canada just
Yeah.
because he's
Not
their only
recently,
talent.
not under Jesse Marsh.
Just
Well, we've had what 2 games of Jesse Marsh.
Yeah, but last game he played left back. He played left back.
That's crazy work to put him there.
That is egregious work.
But I mean, Netherlands was very, very strong in that game. I'm not sure if Canada was the right team.
First half,
say that?
it was a 50-50 half.
Yeah.
It was 0-0 at half. They just
Then they
smoked
scored
us
2 goals
second
within
half.
5 minutes or
So,
whatever.
Yeah.
so then the question here is, are they going to be able to keep that type of play going like against bigger teams?
Poland? I
Like-
would argue. I don't know.
Poland. I'm not saying Poland's bigger than Canada in a sense, but they do have more elite.
They're
like-
Definitely a
they're
better
better.
team. They also
They
have
are
that
better.
identity that Canada hasn't created yet. But
Exactly.
More experience too.
yeah, they're going to be playing a similar style that they always play.
I think they're gonna be a walkover this tournament. Like,
It might be really bad.
yeah.
The thing about
Maybe really
Polish
bad.
teams is that Poland is that they're fighters. Like those guys do not.
Yeah, but-
if there's a header, the guy's plowing through.
Yeah,
3
but
people.
that physicality that they might bring into the game doesn't result in them winning or scrapping out a game 1-0 because while they're scrapping out, the other team is still putting in 1 or 2 of those chances. Poland is just, unfortunately, they're not a clinical team. Like they're not able to be technical in a way that they could play fluidly and then get something going, and then Lewandowski's at the end of something. and
especially
scores.
without Lewandowski. Yeah.
But the issue is that we saw it in other tournaments. They cannot get the ball in that final third to Lewandowski. Lewandowski ends up playing deeper. But now what are you going to do in the situation where you don't even have your main man? And it's not like this is prime Lewandowski either. This isn't like 40-goal Bayern Munich Lewandowski. This is Barcelona. I'm not saying he's not scoring at Barca,
Time
but
for Zielinski to shine.
time for
Well,
the Inter man,
regardless,
Zielinski to
Lewandowski's
score.
out.
Zielinski
first
hasn't
game,
played
so-
in like 6 months though.
Yeah,
True.
And
Been
he
injured.
has gained weight at Napoli. He's not in the best shape in the world.
Been weight watching him.
I have to, bro.
Conte needs to get him back in shape.
That's true. He's going
No,
to
he's
Inter.
going to
I forgot
enter
about
free
that.
transfer. He already
my
signed
God.
How
like
old is
6
he?
months ago.
How old is he?
31.
Yeah, I think he fits into his transfer
I'm
policy.
high with it. I'm high with it.
You have to
That's
be
all
over
we need.
30.
He's a good player, I
You have to
can't
be
lie.
over 30 years old to join Inter.
I'm high with it. But
Anyway,
I don't think
so
it's enough. I think
Common consensus. You guys all think that Netherlands gonna beat Poland.
I'm gonna go
I was gonna go 2-0 maybe.
3-0 again. 3-1.
You're gonna give Poland 1 goal consolation.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know who's gonna. Milik maybe. Header.
I'm saying deadlock. 0-0.
For real?
4 XG combined.
Oh,
Wild.
You're staying with the flop of the tournament. It's
Bro,
true.
Chesney is not getting scored on by Depay, bro.
Oh,
Giving
brother.
superstar treatment to Chesney.
Bro, do I have
It's
news for you,
outrageous
bro?
work.
Do I have news for you?
What's your news, buddy?
Chesney is about to poop the bed.
Bro, Chesney saves Poland so many games. It's crazy.
It's like Mike Maignan in Milan, bro. He could, no matter how many saves he makes, they're still gonna lose.
Oh my god,
Same
this guy
with
does
Chesney.
not
That's
know ball.
outrageous hate right there. That's an outrageous hate.
that's
right there.
outrageous.
Anyway,
Before we move on to the next one, we just want to make it clear that every country will. By the way, we're doing one podcast after each match day. Okay, so after match day 1, we're going to do one podcast. Match day 2, another podcast.
that's how it works.
Yeah.
After every match,
Every match.
We're going to try and cover every single country within these podcasts. So even though your country might not have made it this podcast, maybe next podcast they will, or podcast after, every single country is going to get covered at one point.
usually when you're playing like a bigger team, or if there's like a story to talk about,
Yeah.
that's like if Georgia like just has like
Kvaratskhelia is like dropping a player, the tournament campaign, like we'll speak about that.
Yeah.
But
well, you definitely want to cover all your teams.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like no team left behind here.
Yeah, like even the
That's
small
possible.
teams like Italy, we're gonna get to now.
The really small teams like France. And
I don't think we have enough Italy merch, guys.
Guys, I think we need more.
Oh my god, are we Italian?
I think for every win Italy has, we add one more piece of merch to the pod.
We're gonna be subtracting merch.
I might have to put it on the screen, but I'm gonna put the Italy waving flag on the screen.
The 2006 picture.
Oh my god.
But anyway, Italy, Albania. I think we can say that Italy is gonna win this game, but
I would hope so.
Did you
I
see
don't
the,
think it's going to be as convincing as you think.
Italy's first games are always a bit shaky. We saw it in the Euros in
Not
the
of last-
2020. No.
No, we beat Turkey
Maybe the-
3-0 that first game.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
and
right.
dominant fashion.
Yeah, you're right. Never
Very
mind.
like after that game, it was like get the parades ready.
Yeah,
Right.
because everyone was scared to play Turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey underdogs,
Dark
Turkey
horses.
dark horses. We just smoked them first
Yeah,
game. We were
smoked.
like, oh, that was so easy. Why was that so easy?
Yeah, but I don't know. This game, I'm not getting that same vibe like I was in 2020.
if we don't take 3 points off of Albania, you can already count it. You can already count up the group because you're not getting enough points off of Spain
You're right.
and Croatia. That Croatia and Spain aren't going to be getting off of Albania.
You're right.
So if you're considering that Albania is going to be like just like the one that just gets like stepped on every game, then you need the points off of Albania if you want to make another
Do
group.
you guys remember the last, and this might have been a while ago, the last dominant Italy performance? I don't remember the last one where you came out of the game and said, wow, Italy actually did not give up anything.
Considering we
considering
won
Belgium?
34 games in a row to make one of the longest unbeaten streaks.
Yeah, but since then,
Yeah,
I would
but-
say I would argue the last game of that is the last time we played really
like,
well.
Legit, probably maybe that Belgium game.
Yeah, I just
that
said that.
Belgium game from
no,
the
after
Euros.
the tournament, if you're asking, then no.
Yeah,
No, after the tournament, zero.
bro. We didn't make the World Cup.
No, you can't.
We didn't make the World Cup, bro. We didn't beat
Losing against
Switzerland.
North
Oh,
Macedonia.
North Macedonia.
That was
We had to beat
embarrassing.
Switzerland to get through, and then we didn't. And then we had to beat North Macedonia, and we didn't either. So
Embarrassing.
very embarrassing.
It's
but
just
manager.
nothing is giving me confidence now to say that this Italy team, like going into the last Euros, Albania, 4-0, write it off. Now, like you're kind of like, this could even if we play like decently well, this could be like a 2-1. Like
this is more on the uncertainty of Italy rather than Albania coming in and actually playing well. I don't think Albania have the quality to even compete here.
The Albanians came
yeah.
to us in the TikTok.
Well, they came
were
in full force,
ripping us.
Individually, they may have decent players.
Yeah.
But when you put them together and then you're against such huge teams in a tournament, it is just not enough at that point.
Italy has a situation where they have so much pressure on them, which I might see them fold, but I also see the other side. Like people like Calafiori, insane for
Oh,
Italy.
my goodness.
If you watch, I know Millie was watching Bosnia. I don't know if you guys.
yeah, he's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Like he's a Guardiola type player. I could see him reach
Yeah.
those levels.
He could be our
Okay,
next guy.
I don't know those levels. It would take time, but yeah,
Yeah, of course.
he's of the Lisandro Gavardio mold.
Yes.
Next
He's
Juventus
insane.
defender.
Nah, bro. I
re-
dream of this guy in black and blue.
I dream and
Bro,
dream
there
of-
hasn't been a rumor that he's going to either of your clubs. He's only coming to Juve right
I don't know
now.
about that, bro.
60 million. That's how much he's worth. And that's
We're not paying 60.
Well, okay.
That's why.
So what other players could they give? For that? Anyway, that's
Yeah.
club talk. That's club talk. But Calafiori, absolute star for Italy.
Gatti. worth 45 million.
After this tournament, he might be worth 50.
Genoa would pay 45 million for Gatti.
I think we do have bright spots on that team.
We have a
there's
good team.
But there's a lot of
Fagioli.
uncertainties.
Fagioli, Calafiori.
Fagioli was excellent. Fagioli
very
was a
good.
great player.
Bro, but
Frattesi's very good.
I feel like Fagioli is a weird circumstance because I feel like his suspension actually helped his
Yes.
rep. Like, people,
No,
9
no.
months of time made people forget that this brother Loki stank for Juve.
No, that's
No,
cap.
he
was
didn't
always
stank.
What are you
He was
talking
good.
about?
He was always better
What
than
are
Miretti.
you
Not
talking
good
about?
for
Bro,
Juve,
you
bro.
don't watch Juventus. You don't watch the game, bro.
That's crazy.
Stop talking.
Fagioli was not
Yes,
Bro,
good.
That's name tax.
Bro, you're talking about Miretti. You know so little and you watch so little Juventus that you actually mistake midfielders. Miretti
No, I know
is the mid
Miretti's
one.
been shit.
Bro,
Miretti's going to Genoa, I saw.
Fagioli
beside-
was always the diamond in the rough. Fagioli was always the player that we wanted to. But then he got suspended, and then we haven't seen him ever since. There's a reason why Juventus backed him. If he was mid, we wouldn't have backed him in his time of need.
And there also has to be a reason why Spalletti still trusts him to be in fitness, like in full form,
Yes.
ready to perform.
And
in a
Spalletti does
tournament.
not
Who's he
trust
going to
anybody.
replace with
Brother,
Fararuncho?
No, bro, Fararuncho got called up, but Locatelli didn't get called up, who played a full season at Juventus. And then
By the
still
way,
didn't
that
get
needs to
called
be a
up.
discussion. By the way, did that Juve move destroy Locatelli's career? But
No.
that's a whole other
Brother.
A lot of players under Allegri underperformed.
Agreed.
Their expectation. Fagioli, the fact that he didn't play under Allegri, I saw the memes. People are saying that was actually a benefit. That was an
Yeah.
advantage of Fagioli.
Yes, because he kept his creativity.
Yes.
Which, like, guys like Ealing Jr., Oweya all lost as soon as they started
Exactly.
playing in that system.
Like people don't rate those guys now because of Allegri.
Bro, Vlahovic,
but they're decent players.
did anyone become better under Allegri?
No one.
Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Anyway, but overall, that game, I see a close game, but I think Italy can edge out a 2-1.
That's what I'm saying. 2-1.
I don't see Albania scoring, bro.
Me neither.
I really
I
don't
can see
scoring.
Albania scoring off of a Jorginho
of a
misplaced
mistake.
5-yard pass.
Off
Yeah.
a mistake.
I
right
see a
away.
DiMarco
Brother, look
back
at
pass.
that back.
Okay, it
Bro,
happened
brother,
once.
look at that
I
back
see a
line.
DiMarco own goal, scissor
Look
kick.
at that back line. You're telling me there's
not
not,
that
a
bad.
Mancini, Gatti,
Mancini's not
DiMarco
starting,
somewhere
bro.
mistake in there?
DiMarco, yes.
No, brother. Oh my god. If there was a Milan player on this Italy team to rip, I'd rip him. But there's
Thank
not.
God there's no Milan players on this team.
Oh my
So if
goodness.
Italy loses, it's Inter's fault. If Italy wins, Italy won. Thank God.
Yeah, not
Anyway,
being-
Win-win.
And we have Donnarumma in net.
I'm going 2-0. Italy.
2-0?
I'll probably go 1-0 Italy because I don't think we have the attacking prowess to.
Scamacca brace.
I don't think he's sharp enough. He didn't show it in the friendlies that he was sharp enough. He was very good.
He's getting in the right situation.
but he's getting there. But brother, you got to finish. I'm sorry.
it comes with time.
I know it comes with time, but
We need it
that
right
time is now. That
now.
was the last friendly before the Euros. I need you to be scoring in and out by now.
He will.
Okay, and then Chiesa. I'm
Reasons to
hoping he has a
believe
good
this?
tournament.
0.
Scamacca is from Rome. That's right.
Reasons to believe this?
Scamacca was my
I
name
feel
back
it.
in Rome.
I feel it.
But I
Das
don't know.
Spalletti.
Let's just hope for a good first game. I'm always the most nervous on the first game.
When's that first game?
June 20.
June
No,
20.
sorry,
No.
June 16.
15.
15.
15.
The day
Probably
after.
15.
June 15.
Spreading misinformation.
June 15, because we will be watching it together, right, guys?
Yeah, for sure. 100%. But yeah, we're hoping for a good game. Fingers crossed. But Albania, all respect to Albania.
No respect to Albania.
No, I love Albania. Oh my God, I love Albania.
Listen, when you're playing Italy, unfortunately, no respect for Albania. But then after the game,
We
you
do
get
not care how hot your women are. If
Bro.
you're playing Italy,
I'm glad you said it, Varvar.
All
You just talked about the elephant in the room.
all I'm gonna say, those cameramen are gonna be doing some egregious work.
I already know we're going to get.
They're gonna be
about
doing
14 of those.
oh, there's gonna be your classic like four or five women who go viral every single European
I'm
tournament.
gonna see some like Albanians, like Albanian women with like freaking right here on the. On their cheek.
What was that?
They put the eagle on their cheeks
Yeah.
and they're
Oh,
like
yes.
waving a flag in the back. No, do your thing. Do
Yeah.
your thing.
But unfortunately, Italy. I'm rooting for you on this one.
We're all rooting for
I
you.
hope so.
One team I'm not rooting for.
Oh my God.
England.
There's one team that I will not be rooting for ever. It's England.
Why? They have a likable team.
They do have.
To
a
you,
likable
because
team.
you're not
You,
Italian.
brother.
No, but they have a likable team. It's
Bro,
it's
Brother, there's no
fun
England
team
team
to watch.
to like. Okay, I'll watch them, but I will not like them.
I think English people like seeing England fail too, subconsciously,
Yeah, but that's just
because it gives them something to
what's
talk
screwed
about.
up with their society.
That's
but yeah,
crazy work.
It gives them something to talk about because, bro, how many? Okay, no, I don't want to make an NHL comparison, but they're the Toronto Maple Leafs of they're the
Yeah,
Toronto Maple
Bro,
Leafs
heavy,
of football.
heavy Leafs.
Yeah,
the
They're
media
about- they're-
loves to destroy them.
Bro, the England haven't won in so long. They're about to take their name off the bottom of the World Cup. It's like the Leafs, bro. They're about to take that ring off of that final Stanley Cup,
Yeah.
and their name will never be there ever again.
Southgate said it. If he doesn't win this, he's done.
Calling
He
it a
said
day.
that?
He's like, it would be a failure if we don't
That
win.
is misinformation. Like I've never
I
seen
read it this morning,
from the Sun.
and I do a lot of reading.
From
the Sun.
From
the
Twitter
source.
Tactical 123.
No, but for
United
real,
Trey.
that I was so confident going into this, and then you see their squad, not naming Harry Maguire to the squad.
That was our first success.
Yeah, okay. Like it or not, Harry Maguire internationally of the
said it,
last
He did say it.
of the last 5 to, I would say 4 8 years has been one of the most successful center backs internationally. One of the best, I would argue.
Okay, that's
Maguire?
Yeah, that you're just lying.
okay.
Like, nice try.
Is it
Ain't-
6 years because the World Cup is every 4 years?
Bro, are you actually telling me for real right now that Maguire isn't a crucial player for England?
Bro,
he's
you
good.
just said all
Crucial, one of the
over.
best
You
center
didn't talk
backs.
about England. You talk about
One of the best center backs.
Okay,
in the
you're
last
just lying.
4, 5, 6 years
International.
internationally in
If you-
international
That's
football.
wild.
Just look at England's bubble, then maybe he's up there. Just an England.
He's the best
bubble.
English center back for England.
But
who's-
in England,
who's-
but there's nothing. There's no other barometer there, brother.
Well,
Like,
he's
don't-
better than John Stones for England.
Bro,
Okay.
Otamendi has been a more important international defender
No.
than Harry Maguire in the
No.
last
Win a
6
World
years.
Cup, though.
But winning.
And a Copa America in the last 6 years.
But
And he was
You're
integral.
comparing winning.
Even someone like Van Dijk who didn't win anything
Yeah.
in the Netherlands, he was crucial for them.
Maguire's been better for England than Van Dijk has been for
Okay,
Netherlands.
okay, okay, okay.
Why? No, but for real, you're just shutting him down because of his name.
That's
But
not because
and
of
you're
that.
just
Yeah,
hyping him up
You're
because
hype-
other people shut him down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has
sure.
been good for England.
He has
started-
been
he started in a
ridiculously
very
good
important
for
game
England.
Good, and
Elite.
one of the
He's
best.
been elite.
No, he
If
hasn't.
he's so
No, he hasn't.
consistent, why is he not getting called up?
Because
Exactly.
he's
He was
injured.
injured. He was
He's
injured.
injured.
He's injured for the tournament?
Yes.
Yeah.
What does
He
he
has a
have?
calf injury. He would have been out till the semis.
my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's starting over him?
That's what we have to see. Mark Gahey started the pre-international tournament.
That's such a downgrade.
It's Stones Gahey.
Oh, that's-
Club football, I don't see that as much of a downgrade. Gahey's
No,
a
but international-
incredible
And I'm
player.
expected to think
But
England are
Maguire,
favorites.
But Maguire, over the last tournaments, has proven that he's the only one at the back. Him and Kyle Walker are the only ones at the back that you can confidently say they should start every single game.
But Maguire started in almost every game for England in the Euros. And he
Every game. I would argue every single game.
And then in the World Cup before that too, he was.
Bro,
well, after that, he was. important.
he was in team of the tournament, I believe, for either the World Cup or the Euros. I forget which one, but he was
That I'm
in
not
team
sure.
of the tournament.
But I do remember him in the Euros being very, very, very good for England. He was very good. Bro, he was
Incredibly
good.
underrated player. Incredibly underrated.
I think, yeah, it's that name tax that people are always gonna rip him.
People just
scapegoat.
like to make fun of Maguire for some reason.
It's
It's because he look. I
For
look
some
at his
reason,
face. I look
knee
at his,
slides versus Lithuania, years to.
Yeah,
getting
for
arrested in Greece.
okay, that's a
that
long time ago.
was funny.
That's
that
before.
was
That's
so
before the hate
funny.
even started.
But to be honest, that one wasn't even memed as much as it should have been.
That's crazy. Out of all the things to meme, they didn't meme that.
I made sure to meet
But it's
that.
because he has a big head. I understand he looks a bit funny.
That's
but
not why we're not rating him, bro.
no. Well, you don't rate him because you see.
No, because I see
meme
someone like
pages
Van
make
Dijk
fun
and
of
this
him.
guy does not even compare to someone
Van
like that.
Dijk, club football wise, has been way better.
Internationally too. Bonucci has been way better than Maguire.
No.
Oh yeah.
In the
past 6 years?
6
The
years?
past 6 years, bro. Outside
we
of that
haven't made two
Euros,
World- we haven't made two World
outside of
Cups.
that Euros, he's been scrapped,
What
bro.
else is
and what did
been?
England do last World Cup?
But they make he's been part of team of the tournament discussions for every single international tournament he's
Lifter
played
been
in.
part of team tournament discussions.
Bonucci
What does
didn't
that
even
mean?
play in two of the
Bro,
tournaments.
we didn't
And what
make
did
two World
England? What
Cups,
did
brother.
Maguire help England do in the World Cup?
You're using one international tournament to describe 6
You're
years.
compensating for
No.
for all the hate that Maguire gets. Just leave it at he's a good center back. Just
Yes.
leave it at that. We're
he's
okay
been-
with giving it that.
But he has.
I
been
will
very
tell
good
you,
for
he's
England.
been mid-club, but internationally he's been elite. So you find it in the middle. He's a good center back.
Yeah, so you're compensating by
But
going completely in the other end.
internationally, he's been absolutely elite.
Good.
We're not saying he's shit. None of
Yeah.
us said he's shit. He's just a good center back, and that's it.
If you're talking about internationally, I disagree. But
Delict for Netherlands, Maguire for England. Same old, same old.
bro, Maguire for England is 10 times. The disrespect is actually insane.
All right, so now Maguire is not even in the team, so we don't need to talk about him anymore. But England as a whole, like even with those players missing, like that firepower in the front, like regardless of how that back line is, like I think it overpowers whatever
Bro,
goals they concede.
I looked at the lineup that they announced. I could not tell you a balanced starting 11. That's my issue. I could not tell you a balanced starting 11. Where's the left back? There's not a single.
Who is the left back?
There's no senior left back that was called up. Kieran Trippier is right now the left back.
He's gonna be playing left back.
Yeah, so that's one of my issues with the England squad.
Well, inversion there.
And then not calling up players like Marcus Rashford, who, like it or not, you might not think he's an exceptional player, not on good form.
Madison.
There's no Madison.
Make sure to, if you're
No,
talking about
because
Rashford,
there's
talk
players,
about Madison.
there's players that can replace Madison. Phil
Players
Foden
can replace Rashford too.
No, which player can play like Marcus Rashford in that England
He
squad?
don't need
that-
to play like we're Marcus Rashford. He just
There's
needs
no
to score,
player.
bro.
There's no player that, let's say you're leading 1-0 in the 60th minute, that you can bring on and play in behind.
Brother, listen. All the best to Marcus Rashford. He's not that
Now
guy.
you-
Saka could do that.
Saka can't do that, bro. When's the last time you saw Saka make a run in behind, bro?
He makes
against
those,
the high line.
He makes those.
Yeah, he makes those.
Bro, having Rashford is just not. It just doesn't help because it requires so much like tactically. You need to like actually consider him in your tactics. You can't just slot Rashford into a left wing position. Rashford,
you can.
No, Rashford plays such a specific role as left wing.
Yes,
it's basically
but I'm
a
saying
striker
you bring
and a left
him.
wing.
You bring him to the Euros when you need that specific situation. And England, I'm assuming, are going to be in winning situations a lot of the time.
Bro, Southgate has
Last
seen
time he went to
Rashford-
the Euros, he scored like 3 goals in 120 minutes.
Sorry.
When Marcus Rashford gets into the conversation, I get very.
Sorry, I swore. But no, I would agree as a sub, yes, but
Oh, he's not starting. I agree. He's
I
not
know,
starting.
but is Southgate? He's seen Rashford since he was a youngin. So does he think? Has he finally weighed out the options and said, if I bring Marcus and I bring him on as a sub, first of all, will he be okay with it? Second of all, is he going to take it seriously?
Rashford was involved
that
with the
toxic.
England process
I know,
the
but
entire time.
Will
up
he be
until now.
toxic if he's just brought on as a sub when he's with all of his peers that are
That's
starting?
just incredible generalization that you don't even
Bro,
know
if
if Marcus Rashford is toxic behind the scenes or not.
But then there's a discussion must be had because Gareth Southgate has seen him his entire career and for some reason isn't calling him up.
Okay, but there's players that he has never seen in his career and he called up, like Adam Wharton.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
wild.
that's exactly my point.
But
So is there a discussion that Southgate didn't he did not pick the players, like the best players available?
I think the squad selection was actually ass. I'll tell you.
Yeah, like, I don't think he
this
picked
squad
the best
selection
players
that he
available.
Still doesn't pick Tomori.
Jared Branthwaite did not even
Not the
go.
best.
Forget Tomori,
better than
bro.
Maguire, bro.
I don't know what world you live in, but not picking Branthwaite when you're not bringing Maguire, who's like probably the most similar, I would say, to Maguire, is absolute insanity to me. It's like
Bro, this guy's crazy.
how's it?
You're not bringing Maguire. At least bring someone that's kind of like Maguire, bro. He's not that good at player just because they play a similar style. The England system does not need a Maguire-esque center
England
back.
over the last 3 tournaments has had the most sustained success out of any European team.
That's so crazy because they won absolutely nothing.
But
they're
they
in
made it the
there.
furthest. They made it to the semifinals,
But
final.
that's coming from
So obviously
Southgate
there's a
just
formula
elevating
there.
the standard because England before that they hadn't had this sustained success and now they do.
They never did.
I know, but that's why we're holding them on a higher standard.
But they
Yes.
have the quality to be there.
They have the quality,
There's
obviously.
I
expectation.
agree, but obviously, if you make it to semifinals in the World Cup, finals in the
Something's
Euros,
working.
semifinal in the next World Cup, there's a formula there that you make a couple tweaks and you might be able to push it even further if you make the right tweaks. But there's a formula there. So why do you just completely 180 switch everything, go rogue for this tournament with your player selections by not selecting a left back?
Because he hasn't won it.
But I don't get that.
It depends. Maybe it's not
Sometimes
him making
doing
those
nothing
picks,
is
bro.
better than doing something.
But maybe it's not just him making those picks. Like the FA may be having a say in these things as well. You don't know the bureaucracy behind it because there's so many players available for England. There's no way that one man decides exactly who those 26 guys are called
I
up.
don't know because they seem to put a lot of trust in Southgate.
Yeah, to a certain extent, I would say. But the FA, like, they have their best interest in mind. I'm sure that they have some sort of say in who gets called up and who doesn't. So, listen, back,
Anyway, the team is the team,
the team's a team, but
and they're playing Serbia. So with that team,
Sorry, Luke Shaw got called up, but he's injured right now. So I don't know how much play time
bro,
he's
when
gonna
is
get.
he not injured, bro? There's never been a sentence uttered with Luke Shaw in it that doesn't include the word injured, ever. Ever.
Synonymous.
Like since Southampton. I remember
he's talking about Fagioli suspension helping.
brother, I was 15 the last time he was fully fit.
It's a long time ago.
But Reece James, it's flirting and harassment because Reece James, well, we seriously have to consider, this is Varvar's words, we seriously have to consider his injuries being part of his career. And that's why he's my 7th overall pick for most overrated player in the world.
You call up Anthony Gordon, okay?
Baller.
He's been excellent.
Yes, but you have players like Cole Palmer, Bukayo Saka, Phil Foden, Jared Bowen. Why do you need
on the left?
Anthony Gordon? Marcus Rashford is a way different profile that you could use. Marcus Rashford would get a lot more minutes in this tournament than Anthony Gordon.
Yeah, but
Phil Foden's on the left. He plays left wing for
Gordon,
Manchester City.
Kane, Saka sounds very good to me.
Gordon is not touching the pitch. He's
Gordon
lucky
will-
if he gets
he
like
might
he might start the third game of the group stage when
That
England already
already
qualified.
doesn't matter.
You're
and
underrating
he's just
him.
getting scrap minutes.
I don't think they'll start him.
And why are you bringing 3 strikers: Harry Kane, Ivan Toney, and Ollie Watkins?
Because
When you play one striker.
that's a little bit wild.
they're
honestly.
expecting a deep tournament, I guess. I don't know. Like,
But
Yeah,
even
you can't play all
I'm
3.
sorry if Harry Kane gets injured, call it a day. You're look at
No,
next
that's-
tournament.
You
This
can't say
ain't
that after
Poland,
Ollie
bro.
Watkins like basically went head to head
There's
with
a
Haaland.
way big difference
Bro.
between Harry Kane and Ollie Watkins.
so
I
it's
agree.
the same standard as Poland then. Poland lose their their front striker, call it a day.
well,
Pack it
no,
up. I didn't
Poland,
realize
if they
England
lose
was
their
that
starting
bad,
striker,
brother.
it's call it a day. You're not getting round to 16. England, if you lose Harry Kane, you are not winning the tournament.
Brother, that's just that. You're in the same. You're sitting on the same couch at the end of the day, brother. When that team lifts the trophy, England and Poland will be sitting on the
but
same
that's
couch.
unfair.
That's ridiculous.
Portugal won a final without Ronaldo. Like if
Yeah,
you're
but that's Ronaldo got them to that final.
Oh, barely,
yeah.
barely. They didn't
Anyway,
even win a
we're
game. in that
talking about
group stage.
hypotheticals right now. You want to get back to
let's get-
England,
listen.
Serbia for a
But
second?
also flip it, they didn't lose a game.
Okay, that's crazy. Anyways, back to Serbia.
Unfortunately, Serbia.
I think we all had them. I had them last. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
I had
them last, but a little bit disrespectful to Serbia because
It is.
they have quality. They do have
They-
quality.
but
It's,
they had
better-
quality in the
always
World
have.
Cup.
it's
bro.
more quality than Poland.
But they had quality in the World Cup, and that did not lead to anything. I don't see this. And I've always had the argument that Euros is a harder tournament than the World Cup. And if they didn't perform well in that World Cup, I don't see them performing well
They
in this Euros.
didn't play bad in the World Cup. They made it to around 16, lost to Brazil.
They're
Yeah.
very inconsistent.
I don't see them having enough to get them past. Like, they don't have enough to
That's
go
a
over the line.
fair argument.
Milinkovic Savic, listen, I'm going to be 100%.
Don't use
I
the
have-
Saudi card because you didn't use it against Brozovic.
Yeah, but there was a different level. Brozovic was top 5 going to Saudi.
Sergey too.
Milinkovic Savic was not top 5, first of all.
Wait, where? In Serie A?
in the
Serie A.
world, brother.
Brozovic was
Brozovic
not
was
top
top five
5.
in the world.
CL finalist, and then he left.
What are you talking?
He was the best player one of the best players in the Champions League.
not
that
top
year.
5 in
Yes,
the world.
He was. Okay, anyways,
Bro.
we're not having this Croatia conversation right now.
I thought you were talking about Serie A.
No.
I was like, okay, that's good.
Brozovic was the best player in Serie A that season. Anyways,
Top 3.
the best. Bro, okay.
Leao.
Leo literally won MVP.
I don't care. Brozovic was
Oh my God.
insane that season. Anyways,
Wow.
Milinkovic
Some would argue he
Savic.
wasn't even the best midfielder on Inter, but whatever, yeah.
Milinkovic Savic coming from Saudi Arabia, I don't see him having the same quality.
Mitrovic has not changed. Mitrovic went to Saudi
And been bagging in Saudi.
and he's a bagsman in Saudi.
Al Hilal goat.
And even in the friendlies, he's been banging them in.
Do they play Vlahovic and Mitrovic together?
Yeah, they do.
It's exotic. I feel like that's
It
a
works.
good partnership.
Mitrovic is 33 goals and assists in 28 games in Saudi.
That's crazy.
Bro, the
work.
guy doesn't.
Benzema could
He
only
doesn't
win,
care
bro.
where he's playing. He's that. He's that type
there
of
to
guy.
ball.
40 goals this season
Bro,
for Al Hilal.
Why is nobody talking about him?
Is he not in the Golden Boot conversation? That's crazy work.
If he would have stayed at Fulham, different season Fulham would have had.
I don't.
He should have stayed.
Listen,
Bro,
if-
when he was in the championship, I'm just looking
Yeah,
at
I
his
know.
stats.
Championship, he's
Brother,
crazy.
he had 43
I know.
goals.
Yeah, yeah.
in
I
the
picked him up in
championship
FPL,
Yeah.
and that's where I learned about the
Yeah.
the myth.
43 goals and 7 assists in 43 games.
Yeah,
Bro,
he's-
44 games.
He's a big time baller.
He was
bro.
the Solanke of the season
So
before.
can he do that against England?
I think
don't
so.
know.
I think so.
I don't know. Je sais pas. Mais
Why are we treating Vlahovic like Serbia's star? Maybe Mitrovic is the star.
Mitrovic
player.
is the star, bro.
I've been knowing it, but I've been keeping it a secret.
Anyway, I
can't expose that.
think this game probably maybe a 3-1 England, maybe.
I honestly, it's weird because England, I don't remember where they ever dominate games. Like, it's always just a 2-1. Like,
I'd have to brush up on my England.
I'm going to say
knowledge of the
2-1
Euros.
England.
After all the defense talk of England, I'm going to go 2-2. I think Serbia gets a little point there.
No, I would think it would either stay 0-0.
The defense is ass.
The narrative you need to create a narrative. England are like Manchester United on a national level. You need to create hype to break them down. You can't just break down a team at 0. So I think they're gonna smash Serbia. The narrative just points to that direction.
I like that. You know what? England 5-0. They're winning this game.
Okay.
So Paolo wants England to do well just to tear them down.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm on my hater shit. I'm on my hater shit 25-7, bro.
He wants England to. He wants you to do well just to give you the false hype and then tear you down.
Yo.
Gives you a little.
I need that Euro 2020 treatment, bro. I want that all that yapping.
Oh,
and
that
then
was fun.
After the Euros, keep yapping. Keep yapping.
This is the art of war.
It's coming.
The battle is won before it started. Sun Tzu.
Bro.
Sun Tzu.
Goat. Anyway, this is the last game that we're going to be speaking about for this match, like pre-Euro talk, but it is France versus Austria.
I like this game a lot.
A lot of people mention Austria might have a chance, not saying might have a chance in this game, but they are coming in with a strong team.
Underdogs.
That's my dark horse song.
Oh, so I was trying to figure out if that was like an otter or like
A dolphin.
Don't do it again. Now I feel assaulted.
spun the block twice.
Have to make sure you heard it.
No,
Okay, no. Austria might get a result here. If France drops any points this group stage, I think it's gonna be against Austria. They're playing against Netherlands too, but
You ain't wrong.
I think Austria is definitely gonna get some points.
so you dish out all that hype for Netherlands, and now you retract it for.
What's dish out all the hype? I said they might not be as shit as I thought they were.
But I had them
Never
as
said they were gonna be good, my brother.
I had France as my winner, so I'm gonna have to stick with that. I think they end up winning this game. But France are just so deep, regardless of who plays. Like
They're so deep.
there's
Yet
only
they
11
start
players on the
who?
pitch.
Upamecano at center back.
Yeah.
They're so deep, but they start up with Upamecano.
I don't know
And
what's
who's the other center?
When
They
will
got
brothers?
Pavard.
When will brothers realize the French coach Didier Deschamps? I'm looking at you. When will you realize Upamecano's not even close to the player that Saliba is? Like,
well, Saliba's
You're
nuts.
telling Didier Deschamps how to manage his France team that got to the
Yes.
final twice.
Yes.
Maybe he didn't win it because-
there is no logical explanation you can give me that says
It works.
Upamecano starts over Saliba. Okay, that's like saying Southgate works, but you can make changes to make it better. Just because it works doesn't mean it can't get better.
But they win. To me,
Yes, but
Saliba is obviously the better player, but
so why did Manchester City bring Phil Foden in as a youth academy player?
What does that mean?
It was working. Why change anything? Because the brother's good.
The brother's definitely good, but what I'm saying is that
Why is Mbappe going to Real? Why
did Varane retire
what I'm
internationally? It works.
is that just like Maguire is shit for Man United and good for England,
Shit's a harsh word for him, but he was one of our best
shit.
players this
Saliba is
season.
not bad for France.
he hasn't shown that he's good enough.
He was man of the match against Canada.
Okay, Canada.
He was.
He was the
one,
highest rated
okay.
French player.
Ismail Kone was man of the
wasn't
match.
Kone man of the
Well,
match?
Canada's man of the match.
Marconi rise up.
My man of the match. The sports man of the match, actually.
That's the one that matters.
Hometown hero.
Ismail Kone, breakout player of the tournament, Copa America.
Save it for the predictions, bro.
Oh, don't make me do another horse noise.
That was my World Cup 2022 breakout player. Of the
And then
tournament.
you're one
he touched
tournament
Modric,
behind.
so technically he broke out.
Yeah.
He broke out.
But listen, France, that showing against Canada was not it. I don't think that's an indicator as to how they're going to perform in the tournament. I think they're going to ball out. Versus Austria,
Olivier Giroud, still starting.
Good.
that's the issue, brother. You have a whole country, and you're telling me Giroud's your best striker? Can't be.
I don't know. I don't
Listen,
know why
they got Kolomwani there. I don't know if he's going to be
Kolomwani should-
starting.
yeah.
But he ain't be playing. He's not playing
Kolomwani
great.
just misses too many chances.
After that World Cup miss, man, has not been the same.
What a lack of strikers in this Euro.
Yeah,
Really
really
a
not.
lack of
In
strikers.
football in general.
Look at our favorites. Like our favorites of the tournaments all don't have convincing strikers except for England. England are the only ones with and not only do they have one, they have 3 strikers that I think Watkins and Tony would probably start on all the other favorites of the tournament.
True.
Bro, they would start on Germany.
Start
They
on
would start on
Italy.
Spain. They would start on Italy. They would start on France.
Well, Harry Kane starts on every single team.
I know I'm talking about Tony and Watkins. I'm talking about their backup, their second and third string
I don't know.
striker.
But so does Kolomwani.
Would you disagree?
I think Olivier Giroud for that French team might start.
Yeah.
Or just off legacy.
Yeah, just
but
off the
all the
French
other
team.
ones, yeah. I agree.
Bro, Italy would kill for a Tony. Even a Watkins, I'd kill for.
Low-key.
I'll stick with my.
Just wait for Scamacca. Yeah.
Bro, if you actually think Scamacca's anywhere near Watkins or Tony, you're crazy.
Okay, well,
I am crazy.
Tony.
Well, he isn't,
there was a lot of
but
hype around Tony when he came back, but
Bro,
Tony
Ivan
didn't-
Tony, I take Ivan
Middleton.
Tony at 70%.
I
over
know, but he
Scamacca.
didn't have a superb season. I think that's why Arsenal slowed down their wanting to get him so quickly.
Brother, he's a baller. Like he could
That's
get
a-
suspended.
Bro, I
next
would
year,
take
too.
like Gyökeres over.
I'm taking
Tony.
Reasons
taking
to believe that
Arnautovic.
0 because I
No.
guarantee you there's less than 20 minutes watched.
I only need one reason, bro.
That's crazy work. Anyways, what's your scoreline for this game? I'm thinking
torn.
1-1.
Yeah, you know what? I'm torn. So
Drop it.
1-1.
I'm gonna say 1-0 France. I don't think both teams could score right now, but if there's one guy that's gonna score, it's probably Mbappe.
I'm going 2-1 France.
I'm going 1-1, and actually, I might go 2-2. And one of the I'm gonna go 2-2, and one of the Austria goals is a pure Upamecano mistake, like just a
This guy
straight,
lives the
like
hate.
a-
just a
That's
straight
what-
pass to a breakaway.
Like a banana slip. Like
Yeah.
he slips on a banana peel.
You're gonna hear the sound effect.
Looney Tunes ass.
Millie do it again.
Looney Tunes ass fall. Looney Tunes fall.
Yeah.
And then Mbappe brace.
But listen, with the Euros coming up, I think that's a great start to
Our
our
Euro
predictions, our Euro session. But do stay tuned during the tournament. We are going to be trying to give you as up to date content as possible. The games, there's too many to count. Like you do one video, all of a sudden, oh, we got another.
Podcast isn't over, by the way, Millie. Kind of sounds like you're wrapping up.
Yeah.
But
No,
the
no,
podcast is
I
not
ain't.
over.
Maybe the Euro part we are, but now. There is some club talk that's been happening in
Small
the
news,
meanwhile.
small news.
Just small news.
Super small.
Listen, we could start. It depends where you guys want to start, but the big one coming out as of recording is Ten Hag
Like
will be
right as
staying.
of recording.
Will be staying at
Muchas
Manchester
gracias.
United.
Muchas gracias, oficial. That's
Now-
the best news of my week, bro. That's better than Douglas Luiz coming
I
to
love
Juve.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I look. Sometimes doing nothing is better. I'm dropping
Again.
this amazing knowledge on you guys again, but this actually applies. Sometimes doing nothing is better than doing something.
The problem is Ten Hag doesn't do nothing. He does negative.
No,
I don't think he does.
you're using your. You could show me this season, and I could show you the season before where he did 10 times better than anyone expected him. I think the fact that he did so well in his first season set him up for failure this season because, like, brother, you were not recreating
It
it.
only took like what 250 million in spending
Give or
to
take
achieve
Four
that.
window, yeah, he's had 4 windows over, like, I think 50-something% or 40-something% of his signings have been either free signings or loan signings.
Except he spent probably over 350 million euros. But yeah, keep going.
We need a statistic on that. But
You would like to think whatever he's bought for a lot, but most of his signings have been stopgaps.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
He has not been back.
Like Amrabat, Eriksson, those are stopgaps.
They have not been bad.
he has backed. He has
Backed,
not been
okay.
backed.
Oh, he's only been backed to buy 280 million euro players.
has
How much
been
was
backed.
Martinez?
Whenever he bought 60 million,
Onana?
50 million.
Those are signings.
Okay, but those are the players that are actually, you could actually argue, other than Anthony, you could argue that his signings have not been terrible. Casemiro and Anthony, his first transfer window, he really fucked up. Sorry, I swore again. Oh my god.
oh my goodness!
When it
Little
comes
potty
to
mouth.
When it comes to Man United,
when it comes
it's welcome.
yeah, but the signings, they're out of his control now, which is, if Ten Hag was to come back, that's one thing I would have said. Do not let this man anywhere near a checkbook because, brother, Anthony, that's low-key Anthony's a sackable offense in itself because 100 mil on this shitter that he brought to my club. Look, he still plays with a bit of
bad,
passion,
it's
but 100
bad.
mil for passion, like, I would have rather Dan James, I
Sancho?
think. Sancho wasn't him. So,
Sancho wasn't that the summer transfer to him?
no, you're kind of like 2 years off. But you have players like Casemiro, who obviously is going to leave this summer now that Ten Hag is staying because Ten Hag told him, yeah, you're not starting the FA Cup final. Brother said, okay, I'm on a flight. And he left.
What are his wages like and what are his contracts looking like?
I don't know, but Saudi's going to have to worry about that. That's not for me to
Well,
worry
you better,
about. No
you better
more.
hope they buy out his contract.
Well, no, there's strong links of Casemiro to Saudi. Like, extremely
so.
strong.
Varvar, if let's say Ten Hag was not the choice here, who would you have wanted to see 100% to take that
Thomas
position?
Tuchel would have been the only one where I could say clear upgrade, but Thomas Tuchel wanted too much transfer control. So,
So that's why he didn't come.
yeah, it's kind of like Milan where the coach doesn't decide,
The
or
transfer policy.
even Inter, or even Juve now at this point.
Every successful
Actually, no,
club right
Juve,
now.
there's a bit more. Thiago Motta, I think, has a bit of say in who.
I doubt it.
transfer.
Every successful club right now, the coach does not have a say
Actually,
on
no,
who
because
they
there was all
buy.
these rumors, and then as soon as Mota came, the Xerxes rumors ended.
Yeah.
A couple other ones that he wanted, but,
But that's Thomas Tuchel said, okay, I want to sign this player, this player, this player. They're like, well, brother, our new director of football that we're getting for a lot of money here, and our new CEO for Manchester City is going to decide that. You don't decide that. And then obviously it broke down and did not lead to anything. And I cannot tell you right now that De Zerbi is an upgrade on Ten Hag. I can't tell you that.
AKA, you know what this reads? This reads like this is another Bayern situation. Brother, nobody wanted to coach Manchester United.
But I'd rather Ten Hag than a Vincent Kompany situation. Like, I'd
Yes,
rather
but
that.
you guys,
Why?
your new board would not have started their new reign by settling.
The issue, considering the circumstances, I think we made the right decision. But the reason why we got to this circumstance is not a good one. Like, we should have been after a Thiago Motta earlier. Like, but considering the date, it's the right decision. But preemptively, we should have done something different potentially.
So that's just poor. That's just poor
I
mismanagement of. That's poor management of the situation.
But I don't think Ten Hag's a bad manager. I'm not going to sit here and say that
But
next year's a complete write-off because Ten Hag.
What has proven?
yeah.
What has
Ten Hag proven?
Okay,
to be
what
a
has
good manager?
Arteta proven? So tell me that.
Arteta, you
well,
see that
it's
he's
football.
Okay,
raised
so
the level.
since Ten Hag's appointment, he has the second most trophies in England.
Bro, forget
after
it.
Pep
You
Guardiola.
watch the games. It's it's
He hasn't
horrible
raised the
football.
level.
This year.
It's never
His
even
first
the other year.
season-
It was not convincing.
I
Let's
completely
not-
disagree.
Bro, you guys won all your games in the 90th
I
minute that
completely
season.
disagree.
Varvar, let's not be blinded. Without that trophy, Ten Hag is not staying.
I disagree on that also.
That trophy
But
saved
that
his career.
trophy is not just any trophy. First of all, you outplayed Manchester City in a final.
So it did something for him.
Lisandro Martinez first
Outplayed
game
City
back.
is wild.
First game back. If for me, and I said this in the midseason video, you can even go back to it. Lisandro Martinez is the most important player of our team. It's not even close. There's no player that comes relatively close. Maybe Bruno Fernandes, but Lisandro Martinez is 10 times more important than any player
That's your first problem.
on our team right now.
You're
That's
sa-
our first. I agree, but that's why we're targeting center backs this summer, potentially even 2 center backs to bring in this summer.
I mean,
Well,
good
yeah,
luck, bro.
I would argue you need offense. If your most important player is your defense,
because our issue is we can't get the ball to our offensive players.
that's why you have Onana, right? Oh wait,
Bro, if you're expecting actually Onana to do 100% build-up responsibility, you're.
but that's why you have
you're
Lisandro
stupid.
Martinez,
But he's injured.
and that's why you had Varane.
Varane build-up. Okay, brother, we're watching different sports.
Bro, the
over here.
reason why you had Lisandro and Varane center
So
back
Varane's
pairing.
this amazing build-up player.
No, the whole reason is Varane takes care of the defensive, and then you have Lisandro Martinez
Lisandro
that's
has
He's been
pinging.
injured.
Lisandro's been
able to play.
injured. You know, we had 30 different defensive lines this year because of our injuries.
You reminded us multiple times.
65 different cases of injury this season. You're telling me that's just normal circumstances?
It's your club's fault. It's no one else's fault.
It's our club's fault.
Yes, because other clubs have 0 injuries for multiple seasons in a row, and there's reasons for that.
Because
It's proper physical management.
Yes, I completely agree. But 65 injuries, even if you're talking about an injury-ridden season, this is an extreme case. Like, this is like 99.9th percentile of extreme.
Doesn't that point fingers to the staff? Like,
Yeah, like Chelsea
Even
as
if,
well.
Hag-
even if next season you say we have an injury-riddled season, you will not even see nowhere near 65.
when Milan had injury problems, the first
It wasn't 65.
okay, but when Milan had injury problems, everyone was pointing it's Pioli's fault. Why is the staff injuring these players that much? Why are they
This
dropping
season,
like
did you have
flies?
injury problems?
This season it was pretty bad, but still, we realized Pioli and his staff was not good for the injuries. Why is that not happening at Manchester United?
Because
It's also
Why
the
is Ten Hag
workload-
not being
it's
looked
also-
at?
But it's also the workload too. Like
Who gives
United's
the
playing-
workload?
Yeah, but United's schedule as well.
we
is
play
not,
4 comps.
Like it's
Those are soft excuses.
We play
no,
4
but
comps.
It's normal. It's not when you,
Other-
when
a
you
lot
wanna
of other
play
And
teams
next
play
year
for
we're
11.
playing in Europa League, which is even more games than Champions League.
Aston Villa have less budget to spend on fitness
They-
coaches, but they don't get injured that much.
Brother, yes, they do, by the way. They had like 3 ACL tears this season.
Well, they don't get 61 cases of injuries. I can guarantee you that.
Tyrone Mings torn ACL. Zaniolo got injured again.
Okay, Zaniolo had like 3 torn ACLs before he even joined Aston Villa. But
and a
yeah.
gambling addiction. Continue, though.
Which other player got extremely injured this season?
But
There was
the-
another ACL tear in there
point
somewhere.
is that the schedule
Buendia,
doesn't favor.
ACL tear.
Like it does not
Like-
favor United. The schedule.
The
Like,
schedule doesn't favor a lot of teams.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
you're
but it's just the management of it.
I can say from my end, Juventus had. Remember one season, I think it was 2 seasons ago. Juventus had injuries the entire. It was the Pogba season that Pogba was in and out of J Medical, which started the Juventus Medical Center.
It's not like 2
our
years ago?
our whole team was constantly injured. The next summer we changed medical staff. Last season it was okay. This season was chill. We didn't get many injuries.
You played once a week this season, so I would calm down. But
Atalanta somehow.
well, you played the same amount until you got knocked out of the group stage.
okay. So up until now, I think Ten Hag has done. that first season was way above expectations. This season, way under expectations. So I would say and we're saying we're giving him a contract extension. I think this contract extension is it's bullshit. If they want him sacked next year, they're just going to sack him and he's going to be gone. So next year, you're going to look which managers start becoming available next summer. You're already looking at the Xabi Alonso's. Nagelsmann might become available.
For Man United.
You don't think Xabi Alonso is attainable for Manchester United?
I don't think these coaches are looking at Man United like, okay, I want to go there
Inzaghi
right
next
now.
year.
Brother, the Real Madrid job's open.
Just about to resign him.
We do not. We've been saying the Real Madrid job's going to open up for the last 5 years, bro. We do not know when Ancelotti's retiring. Every single year, this brother's going to rip out another Champions League and he's going to say, yeah, I'm staying.
I'm sorry.
2026, there's no way Ancelotti's still managing Real.
Oh, you better believe it.
2026, he's going to be what,
Bro, you
66
do not
years
know
old?
if as long as he keeps winning, he's going to keep managing.
Okay, I'm sorry, but if Ten Hag gets sacked in a year, what reality is there at Man United that, okay, stuff got better so that a Xabi Alonso comes
The
in
structure
and he looks
behind
at
it.
this like, okay, I'm going to join
No,
this
but
team now.
honestly, I think honestly, if Ten Hag finishes 4th next year, I think he gets sacked.
You think so?
Yes.
I really doubt it.
I think
that's an issue.
under the
Champions
new
League, it's
owners, it's the expectations. I think you're going to see the signings we're going to make this summer are going to be smart signings, young, smart signings. And you're going to see the base next year. Our new owners are going to look, okay, let's just say someone like Xabi Alonso is available for United, which I think is not. You guys say it's unattainable.
I just don't think he wants to.
I think under the current circumstances, I agree. But come next year, when you look at our average age of our squad, which is going to be considerably lower than it is right now, and you're going to have a way bigger base to play from, I think he might look at it and entertain the idea. I think the options for manager next season are going to be way better than you just saw. Almost every single club in Europe needed a new manager this summer. It was like, and then you show up late to the party because the owners came in halfway through the season and had to do an end of season review because they didn't know what was happening on the footballing side. I think it's the best decision is sometimes doing nothing, and I think they made the
Not
best
at Manchester
decision.
United, but
yeah.
Not when you have that budget. Not when you're in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think it was just
Ten Hag really did not spend that much, but
no, but I think it was just you're not rocking the boat too much as a new owner. Like you start a new coach, new philosophy, new ideas, and then like what do you do after
It'll
that?
be a
Like,
perfect time to find a new manager, a young new manager.
but there's
I don't
no
think so.
young new manager
Yeah,
that's good enough for the
they're all
Manchester
taken.
United job.
Well, if you have the poll you say you have, there's a lot of managers that were open to changing positions.
you just got to pay them. You got to pay them.
Who?
Thiago Motta, like you said, you should have gotten them both earlier on that. The Zerbis, like those type of
The
The
managers.
Zerbi-
Serbia is not an
experimental.
upgrade on Ten Hag, bro. You forget Ten Hag's Ajax sides and his first season at Manchester United. That's more than De Zerbi has proven.
Bro,
Okay, well, a guy
every
like
year-
Arne Slot, why aren't you hyping him up?
Because Arne Slot is, bro. Arne Slot is, first of all, didn't win the league title once he did not win the league title once, believe it or not.
didn't he win this year?
Maybe once last season.
Who won this year?
Feyenoord. He coached Feyenoord. PSV won it. Because
Yeah,
they went
yeah.
nearly undefeated.
PSV
Yeah.
has-
He hasn't. I don't think he won a trophy in Netherlands. If I might be spreading this.
No, that's
information right
definitely
now, check.
misinformation.
No, because I remember Ten
Yeah,
Hag was ripping
PSV
him.
won. Yeah,
I remember Ten Hag was ripping him. He's like, bro,
Bro, they
this
ran
guy,
away
this
with
guy
it.
was like the 3rd or 2nd best team in Netherlands, and he somehow got the Liverpool job.
Yeah,
He said
they
it
ran away with
in his,
it.
in his
Obviously, he's gonna say that it's his competitor.
No, but it's because in his going press conference, they were like, "What do you think of Arne Slot?" He's like,
don't care.
he didn't even coach the best team in Netherlands, so I don't understand what the hype's about.
Yeah.
I maybe the crop wasn't there for you right now, but I think just for the stability of the club, Ten Hag is staying in, and
And the players liked him. I don't think at any point the
Sancho didn't.
They liked him so much.
Ronaldo
Sancho's
didn't.
gone. It didn't even matter.
All the
it
people
didn't-
who don't like him are
all
gone.
the players who. You guys rave about how Bayern is run and how Real Madrid is run and how players are not bigger than the club. But when it's time to actually act on that, when players like Sancho show up who try and act bigger than the club, when players like Ronaldo show up who try to act bigger than the club, and we show them you're not bigger than the club. When we told Casemiro
show
you're not
them.
starting, and then he flies off to fucking
The way he handles it
sorry
is
again.
not good.
Bro, you don't show these
Ridiculous
players.
work.
You kick them out. There's a difference. That's like
kicked him out.
You disciplining your kid so that he doesn't do it again versus just kicking your kid out of the house. Like
Because
you're
it's
not-
unacceptable.
No, because the way you treated the Cristiano Ronaldo situation was
No,
completely
Cristiano
wrong.
Ronaldo, bro, he left at like the 70th minute in a game. You know
Bro,
how disrespectful
It's
that is.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Have some
Exactly.
respect.
No player is bigger than the club. So
But
get out of the
if-
club.
if
You can
there's
go.
one- if
You can
there's-
go run and cry at Al Nasser.
Bro,
for
if
all I
there's
care.
two players
balling
that
out,
were
though.
like,
Congrats.
there's an argument.
You're not
for
bigger
it.
than Manchester United.
Bro, if there were two players that were like, maybe it's Ronaldo and Messi.
Messi's never walking out of a club and it doesn't matter if he
isn't.
doesn't start.
But he's not that type of character. But Ten Hag should not have disrespected Cristiano the
Yeah,
way he did.
exactly.
Same with Sancho's
But what's
situation.
disrespect? He disrespected us.
Listen, if you want that mentality, like, listen, if you want that type of coach, Ten Hag's your
You got
guy.
it, bro.
You
You
got
got
him,
it.
bro. I don't think anyone else.
Because if this was at any other club, if Juve did that treatment to Cristiano Ronaldo, I'd be hearing it from your end.
Club would be crucified.
Yes.
Club would be crucified.
Yes.
Ronaldo, I don't think you're real. I still have yet to see this to this
Bro,
day.
Ronaldo's-
He left in the 70th minute of a game.
Ronaldo's bigger than
because
Manchester
he got
United.
subbed off. Ronaldo's bigger than every club in the world.
Yeah. So then
Yeah.
there's your
You
argument.
do,
brother. Your
that's not
argument?
no, but that's
Out the
not.
window.
But that's not.
No club is no big player is bigger than
Okay,
the
so
club.
you know success. There's no successful format that says the player is bigger than the club.
I agree. Wait, no, I don't know what you just said, but I agree with your statement
No
that
player at Manchester City, if they said, I'm playing this game. If you like it or not, I'm leaving. They're
I
gone.
know, but
Instantly.
I think there was a proper way to deal with it, and Ten Hag just didn't do it the right way.
But
Bro, you can't just break relationships with players that are 120 million like Sancho. The Sancho situation was crazy. That was crazy.
That's
First of all, that
fan.
was so behind closed doors that we don't even really know what happened.
So when I try to use it, you say you don't know what's happening behind closed doors. Now you're using it as a backup to Sancho.
every single reliable person that's reported on it is brother had a motivational issue. The brother just did not care.
And that
He even
stems-
said it in the Marco Royce. He even took a dig at Manchester United, the club that still owns him to this day. In his Marco Royce tribute video, he's like, "I thought I was gonna find a new Marco Royce on my club that I went to, and I didn't."
damn. Well, that's on Sancho. First of all, like that's complete
He's a kid.
unprofessionalism.
He's a child.
Child that's getting paid what a week, brother.
But that's
I
an
wish.
issue that the
450,000
past
bucks.
management.
Grow up.
That's the issue that the past management did.
My God, some of these players need a freaking.
Okay,
slap
whatever.
across the face.
But I think it was the right
Ridiculous
decision.
work.
Keeping Ten Hag was the right decision. Continuity is one thing that he had over the other candidates that the other candidates didn't have. I think clean slate next season, Lisandro back, all these players back, Mason Mount back. You're gonna see a different United.
Can't wait.
bless.
Full season of Menu.
bro.
We can't wait for your predictions next year, Varvar.
Make sure to be tuned.
Man United should be top 4.
Yeah.
They should be. That's the. If Aston Villa can do it, Manchester United should be a top 4.
Agreed, and we will see in the Premier League.
We
predictions.
shall see. We shall see. But
It's a little bit early for that. We still got the Euros to go through in the Copa America.
Paula, your club making some moves.
Yeah,
Douglas
it's a little bit long in this. We're getting a little bit long in this podcast, so let's get through it quickly.
Listen, Douglas Luiz to Juventus for what? McKennie, Elling Jr. and 20 million bones.
Smooth sailing on our.
Who won that deal?
What would you rate that? What would you rate that type of transfer? That's a transfer I see on like career mode
On FM.
On FM, that's a.
When you're adding all the players,
Yeah.
like please accept at least
Yeah.
one.
Cause that means you don't got the money.
No, we got the money.
Juve were probably like, oh, they want McKennie? Damn. You want McKennie and Illing Jr.? Like, you want both of them?
Cha-ching!
No. I don't know if Juve fans are going to agree with me, but under Allegri, we did not see the potential of Ealing Jr., nor did we see that of McKennie.
Bro, they're both buns. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's
I don't know what potential
also
in
because
McKennie,
you've
bro.
never watched Juventus in your life. But McKennie was showing a lot of promise this season. And I think one of the two are going to ball out for Aston Villa. I think one of the two are going to become starters.
Probably.
I just
Well,
I don't
Illing
think
Jr. is going to get less than 500 minutes in the Prem next season.
Bro, Bentancur and Kulusevski, because that was two guys to one team. I think McKennie's better than Bentancur and Kulusevski.
Excuse me.
So
McKennie didn't show it at Leeds, bro. He has experience in the Premier League. It
bro,
didn't work out.
He was overweight. He was out of shape when that Leeds thing happened.
I get it, but like, who's to say that at Aston Villa, like, he's gonna have that same motivation that he did at Juve? Like, I saw Weston McKennie at Juve that was like decent. He was a good player.
It's a second chance.
He was a good player. I don't know.
but
about
does
a
he get
second
into the
chance.
team over John McGinn? Because ultimately, that's like
Currently, he doesn't though.
so. What
Like,
you're
they just
swapping
got squad
a
depth?
crucial player
Bro,
for two bench
You're
players.
acting like he has to replace McGinn. There's gonna be 3 midfield spots. And McKennie can play all 3 of them.
No, he can.
Bro, McKennie play.
Not the Douglas.
What is he?
bro.
He's Clarence Seedorf 2.0.
Once again, you didn't watch. He was a Swiss Army knife for Juventus.
He's equally shit in every single one.
No, bro. He played winger. He played midfield winger for Juve.
That was when he was actually at his best.
And then played CM and also played like
He ain't a
Cam.
midfielder,
Bro, this guy played all over the pitch.
He's a decent player. He's a decent player, and the evaluation of 20 million for him, I think, is lower than
too low.
I think it's fair considering the
think it's
seasons
fair.
he's been having, the
No,
inconsistencies.
he had a decent Juve season. Like that's at least 30
Bro,
million.
you'll pay 40
This year.
million for some
Yeah,
random
this
guy
year.
you've never heard of,
This
bro.
year
I don't
was
want to hear
At
it.
least he balls out.
But
McKennie doesn't.
Illing Jr. for 25 million, though, I think that's somewhat of a stretch. That's more just based off potential. Like, he hasn't shown enough at Juve, in my opinion. Like, maybe some flashes here and there, but not enough to warrant more than McKennie.
They must be watching different, like, they must be watching friendly footage or something, or the scouts see
know.
something that we don't
Aston
see.
Villa hasn't missed with transfers though.
They
That's all I'm
haven't, but
saying.
I don't know. This
Zaniolo.
one might be. This one might be.
Cap, Zaniolo, Coutinho.
Yeah.
Like there's multiple misses
Yeah.
in there, but yeah.
Yeah, but then like
Zaniolo
Diego
wasn't a
Carlos,
miss.
that's a hit.
Diego Carlos is a miss. Diego
Not really.
Diego Carlos is about to get transferred for like a couple
Because of his
mil.
injuries.
He
Yeah.
sucks.
No, that's because of injuries.
No, even when he was on the pitch, he sucked.
No, I
like
feel
him.
like he was very
I
good.
think he's good.
He's very good.
What? This FIFA card said that?
I don't even think
card is good
I
too.
ever
Yeah.
got his FIFA card.
Diego Carlos was never good for Aston Villa.
But for this type of transfer for Juventus and specifically, I think it's a very, very good deal. Like I would give this maybe like an 8 on 10. I don't think you're giving up a lot, bro. I really don't think McKennie has a future.
Yeah, I know, we aren't
And
giving up that much.
Illing Jr., in my opinion, doesn't have that bright of a future at Juventus anyways. I don't
bring
think he
in-
would have been a starter.
To bring him in a guy that helped his team get to top 4 in the Premier League,
Not too shabby.
not too shabby. Not too shabby.
Listen, it's going to be interesting to see what Thiago Motta does with Juventus and Douglas Luiz. So, listen, I give it a nice 8 on 10.
I give it a 11 on 10. I honestly don't understand how this transfer is actually happening. Like it's a shock to me. Aston Villa, there's nothing like. It's genuinely just a fleece, like just a straight up fleece. He's gonna walk in and be
No.
a top 3 mid in Serie A.
he'll be
bro.
That tells me I should be concerned about this transfer
Bro.
if Varvar's rating it.
Bro, Vara, the issue is you're giving him that top 3 status because he's going to be at Juventus, and Juventus are going to look good next season. Like obviously you're going to give him that
Juventus
top
are going to
3.
look good this season because they're fleecing teams like Aston Villa for players like Douglas Luiz.
Listen, I think he's going to be very good, but
He's one of the best holding midfielders in the Prem,
It's
bro.
going to take him time to get used to Serie A, bro.
He is good though.
He is good.
And he's physical.
I think it's going to be a good time.
He's a better and less injury-prone Benacer.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
He is.
Yeah, that's true.
If you factor in injuries, Douglas Luiz is more consistent.
Firms, what would you give this transfer?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
I think both teams win though.
What's
Like, I
a
don't
10 out
know.
of 10?
I
Like, if
don't-
you would have gotten him for free? Like, what's a 10 out of 10?
Well, 10 out of 10 is Aston Villa getting a little bit more money.
Bro, for 60 mil, I would have given this a 10 out of 10. 60
Wait, 10 out of 10, which side? Like, just
I'm
in
saying
general?
Juve.
Oh,
For
Ju-
Aston Villa,
Juve,
this is a 2 out of 10. And then,
No.
bro, you're getting 20 mil for your star midfielder and 2 players that are lucky to get off the bench.
It's all right.
Yeah, but for the type of player, you would have rather just the cash.
You
I
just
also
sold
think
you
Douglas-
just sold a pillar of your project.
Douglas Luiz before this season wasn't really that guy.
Yeah, he was. He was linked to Arsenal. Bro, he was
No, this
that
season.
guy.
This season.
No, before this season. He was linked to
Why
Arsenal.
didn't Arsenal go for him? They have the money.
They wanted him.
Well, because unfortunately, those are my two clubs, but Juventus somehow always get players over Arsenal. It's like the 4th time.
They got a bit more oil.
I know they were linked. I'm just
They
saying.
bid for him.
And Aston Villa rejected a bid and took 2 players.
It's because they have
because
they
they
own
have a
40%.
sell-on
Yeah,
clause.
they own
Okay.
40% of the sales goes to the city, you know?
So it's a good deal for Aston Villa. They're getting 2 players and they're
Two
sort of
players.
navigating
They're not getting
the
taxed
resale.
on pretty
Yes.
much. And
This is
then
an 8 out of 10 for Villa as well.
yeah, I think it's good.
Both teams
Think
are
about
winning
it. Villa had to find someone that had players that they
Willing to give.
willing to give.
with value.
Yeah, and then a team that Douglas Luiz was okay going to.
Exactly.
basically.
So it's 8 out
It
of
lowers
10.
it lowers your field
Yeah.
to really low. Like, but who would Inter give? You guys don't have those 20 mil range players to give. Milan,
difficult.
who would you be giving at 20, 25 mil? 2 players.
Would have figured out Carboni thrown in there.
Gotta give a whole list.
Bro, Carboni.
Bro,
How many
Illing
minutes-
Jr., Carboni,
How many
Carboni's
minutes?
better than
Smell.
How many minutes has he gotten last?
More
Bro,
more
he-
than Illing Jr.?
No, not at Inter.
Not at
Yeah,
Inter.
but he played for Monza. He played more minutes at Monza.
That is true, yeah.
But for Inter, he hasn't even touched. I don't
Okay,
think he's
well-
having a senior appearance.
We didn't offer Barnekea or Sule to Aston Villa,
Yeah.
and because the players on loans are a little bit of a a gray area.
I think Juve did a very good job there. So I listen.
Anyway, we'll be tracking these. We'll still be tracking domestic during
Yeah.
this time because if transfers happen, we'll be there no matter what.
So we'll see what happens. Like a lot of players didn't get called up, so chances are like they're the ones on the move.
And we have a couple comments.
Yeah,
so
we don't
comment
have that much
time.
time. So
Yeah.
Comment time.
let's run through them.
So Isaac Meister 3179 says, love the podcast. I know you guys are Canadian, so I was wondering who you think has a better chance of winning the Copa America, Canada or USA. Both squads are very young, still growing, but I feel like the USA could be a dark horse in this tournament.
I think we're gonna leave. We're gonna talk about it, but I think we should leave some of this for our Copa America
Yeah.
predictions because I'm down to get
We're gonna get
dirty
Yeah,
with
we're gonna
this
get dirty
Canada
with that
Canada
stuff.
US.
It's
US
tough.
is still the
pretty good.
favorite.
It's crazy because the US did not have a good showing the last couple friendlies at all. Like,
Is it the coach? Is what's going on there?
I don't know. I think like when we speak about it more in our Copa Americas, we're gonna have a better idea what's happening. But it's too far away right now. Like there's still a lot that could happen in between now and then.
Look, right now, I would say USA has a better squad than Canada.
Oh, for sure.
Individually speaking.
Individually
maybe.
speaking.
Yeah.
But with the appointment of Jesse Marsh and all these young players coming through for Canada, I would argue Canada has a better future outlook
Cap.
than the USA.
Bro, the
US
US's
has such better
college,
structure.
like the
Yeah,
US
yeah.
college system right
It's
now,
not a good structure.
it's elite right now.
It's not a good
Bro,
structure.
you have these teams going to England and playing versus academies and beating them. Like you have colleges beating England Premier
because
League
they're
academies.
23-year-olds playing 16-year-olds.
Cap, they were all 18 to 20-year-olds
Yeah,
playing in those
I'm
games.
sure they put those parameters in place before playing.
100%,
But
100%.
the US has such a bigger crop that they're developing now than Canada. Like when your population is 10 times the size, obviously you're gonna find better
Literally,
players.
for those who don't know, I think America's population is
It's
what
10 times.
350
I
million.
think
or
on the
something?
U.S. national team, there's not many people who made it through university. I think there's probably Tejan Buchanan made it through the university system, but that's maybe like the only,
Canada.
Yeah.
the only player that I can think of that made it through the university system.
But the US, like you're seeing a lot of players that were a product of like very young, going to Germany, going abroad, developing there, and then coming back, like coming back for the national team. So if they're sticking to that type of cycle, it's good. But you're seeing a lot more players enter those US systems, US portals, and then getting that experience through college and then MLS. MLS is going to get to a point where they're going to be developing some very, very good US talent. It won't be this tournament or maybe even the next tournament. I think maybe one more cycle. But the US does have the potential to be very, very good.
did you
pretty
see that
soon.
US wonder kid who got a transfer to Manchester City already
Yeah.
at like 14?
Sullivan?
Yeah,
Sullivan. Did you see what he looks like? He does not look 14.
No,
Yeah.
he does not.
He looks like a baller already. He looks like a
21-year-old.
Yeah, but it's crazy. Like
Well, it looks older
I
than
think
me.
it was like 15 mil or some
Yeah.
shit.
So he's going to be playing until 18 years old in
Yeah.
the States and then moving to
Yeah.
City.
Wild
Crazy
figures.
work, bro.
Brexit.
But,
funny
but
move.
to answer the guy's comment, I'm going to say US right now.
I'm gonna say US.
Just because
also,
the player quality is just much
but
higher.
Team Canada, like
Don't sleep.
I'm gonna say Canada. Just for context.
relative to our population, our team's better than
Very,
US.
very good.
We're the Croatia of the Americas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Canada,
there's some
we up.
gems. I think I'm gonna say US though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Canada just so that it doesn't end up a clean sweep.
Just the rep.
We always gotta rep the home nation, the homeland.
And then there's one more comment. Who do you guys think is an overall better man? And this is from that guy 4321.
That guy.
Who do you think is an overall better manager, Thiago Motta or De Zerbi?
Uy, Pala.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
No bias, Pala. No bias.
This is Thiago Motta, guys. This is Thiago Motta.
Might be a recency bias though.
I don't.
This
Because we
might,
forgot the Zerbi.
bro. There's a reason why we forgot. I'm going Thiago Motta also.
That is a bit of hype. I'm not gonna lie. The Zerbi brought Sassuolo to like Europa League levels, and the minute that he's gone, they end up bottom table relegation.
And I'm expecting the same thing at Brighton. I can't lie.
I don't know. I don't know
Yes.
because the Prem is such a developed league. Like Brighton is still a
Exactly.
very dominant position.
Bundesliga fans are hyping up the guy that they brought in.
I
like
heard.
hyping him up.
I heard, but you're joining Brighton. Like it's not just the St. Pauli there or whatever.
yeah,
he
but
came from.
he took St. Pauli from like lower league of Bundesliga 2.
It's a big jump.
It's really good, but I don't know. The Zerbi has a lot more like tougher. Like he has a tougher resume in a sense where like he's battled with smaller teams, has done well with those smaller teams, and like he hasn't had that one big opportunity yet at a club.
He's a great developmental manager.
Thiago
Yeah, he's
Motta
great.
finishing 4th with Bologna is arguably
Yes.
that
It's a
squad.
very good achievement.
Yeah, but that's better than anything De Zerbi did in Serie A or Prem.
Okay. No. Whoa. Okay. Because Thiago Motta at Spezia Horrible.
It wasn't that bad.
Brother, he
Wasn't that
good.
bad? He got the job at Bologna after.
He wasn't that
Or
good.
he was
at
given
Spezia.
nothing at Spezia. He was given absolutely.
Yeah, I understand, but the Zerbi was given nothing at Sassuolo either. At a certain point.
All right, Berardi, that's not nothing.
Bro,
Yeah, but he
he
created
developed
those
that.
players.
He
Scamacca and
created those
Spadori
players.
wouldn't have existed
Created
without him.
those players.
I don't know about
There's a lot of
that.
player
Stefano
quality.
Sensi created those
Yes.
players there.
Sensi, yes. That's,
You get what I mean?
That I agree.
Locatelli.
Locatelli, Fratesi.
Locatelli was a nobody
Fratesi
before the
would have
derby.
been- I think he was
He
there.
was
Fratesi.
nobody after this. That'd be
Who's the French guy looks like Fratesi? The French guy that was played on Sassuolo.
Maxime Lopez.
Maxime
Oh.
Lopez.
But he was good after
Yeah,
the
he's
derby
alright.
also.
Traore was after, right?
Yeah, after.
Traore was after.
But the argument still stands that De Zerbi has done a lot better with with less, in my opinion. And then Thiago Motta at PSG too. He had a small stint there in the youth academy as well. So it's
Can't speak on that though.
Yeah, I can't speak on it, but I do think that this is a huge jump for him to Juventus. I don't know. I'd still go for De Zerbi. It depends what your motivation.
I think we're gonna look back at this in a year's time and be that's crazy. I think Thiago Motta's a lot better.
brother. He's at Juventus.
I think it's just recency bias again, but they're both exceptional managers. I just think Thiago Motta is a little bit less risky than De Zerbi because De Zerbi right now we saw his potential and we also saw his worst. Thiago Motta we only saw his potential. We didn't see his worst.
Yeah,
So-
we have to see. We have to see what he does with Juventus. I'm sure he's gonna.
I think he'll do good.
He's gonna do well.
I'm gonna stick to De Zerbi though.
Developmentally, if that's even a word, I would take De Zerbi.
Yeah,
because he just knows how to integrate young players really well. But
Thiago Motta did good too. With
yeah, but Thiago Motta's system that's convincing football. Like that's much more
that's
convincing
it.
football.
I agree with that.
And there was also De Zerbi a little bit taxed at Brighton because the player quality was clearly there.
I disagree. I find
Well, look,
Xerxes and Calafiori are just like levels ahead of
you're trying
anybody.
to
in Brighton.
compare them to Brighton's transfers out
Bro, you're
last
telling
summer.
me Moises Caicedo is not better than Berserkzy or
Ferguson, Caicedo.
De Zerbi had Caicedo?
Yeah.
For how long? 6 months?
whatever he had him for, he had him, bro.
He was good.
It's not long enough.
Bro, Ferguson,
Calafiori,
Caicedo,
how long did
Mitoma.
Calafiori? How long did
A year.
Thiago Motta have? A year, 6 months. What's the difference, bro?
You could actually make the Calafiori before Bologna was nobody. Before
Evan
Thiago Motta was
Ferguson.
nobody. Evan Ferguson. It's not Evan Ferguson. Luis Ferguson.
No, it's- this
Evan
was Evan,
Ferguson.
yeah, this was Evan.
Oh yeah, now because
No,
we're
it's
actually
Lewis.
comparing Lewis and Evan.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Wait,
Evan-
wait.
I'm talking about the Bologna Ferguson.
Evan is the. I'm talking
what's
about.
your-
I'm
Yeah,
talking about. I'm talking about the Brighton Ferguson.
Yes,
Damn.
Evan,
Yeah.
the Irish Ferguson.
Yeah.
Evan the Irish,
Lewis the
Lewis the
Scottish.
Scottish.
It's like we're giving them noble tags.
If
been
there's
Irish.
any of you guys, if there's any of you guys that are watching our YouTube and podcast like within sequence,
They're
You
gonna
guys are
laugh.
goats,
They're
first
gonna
of
get a
all.
good chuckle.
yeah, you're goats
Yeah.
first of all, but there's continuity there.
Yeah.
But
Listen, thank you for the comments again. Keep them
Yeah.
coming.
yep.
Those
we,
are solid
we read
ones.
all of them.
We do read
Star
all
Wars boy, we saw your comments this week
Yeah.
again.
Star Wars Boy was trying to make another appearance. He was
comes
getting
with the
close,
heat,
though.
bro.
He was close.
We had to think about
They
it.
might have to, hey, fellas, in the comments, gonna have to up your game because
If you guys are still here, then you get a little behind the scenes. So before the podcast recording, we run through literally every single
all of it.
comment, everything you write. Varvar reads it out loud and we talk about it. So hopefully one day we get to a point where we're gonna be sitting here for hours reading comments.
Yeah,
But
that'd be sick.
But we really appreciate the comments and we appreciate you guys supporting. We're almost at 10K on the podcast channel,
Almost there.
Yeah.
Almost
and
started.
almost at 100K on the main.
Yeah.
What a week.
Bro, our fans are killing it.
Yeah.
Well,
our
thank
fans
you
are
again
killing
for
it.
this.
Got the greatest community.
So before these Euros start, this is coming out when?
Before the Euro starts.
Before the Euro starts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
enjoy the start of the Euros. Enjoy that first game. And I think that's pretty much it for us.
We'll see you
Yeah.
soon.
Peace out.
Ciao, ciao.
Adios.